Well, this is going to be a thing, isn't it? Fucking hell. All right. Now, how the fuck am I going to hold this thing in place?
Yeah, it's a piece of shit.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, piece of shit.
I mean, we could always set up just like an old-fashioned, like, you know, split screen type thing through OBS. See if that works. Huh?
It just keeps dropping out every couple of.
I mean, from what I can see, because I'm looking at it online,
dropping out every couple of.
It's like my stream is still working okay. I mean, from what I can see, because I'm looking at it online, it's like my stream is still working okay. I mean, from what I can see, because I'm looking at it online. So it looks like my technology seems to be working all right, but Brad's is not. So yeah, hi, how are we all, huh?
I'm going to try moving near the Wi-Fi.
You've got a Wi-Fi. You should have like line of sight of some half decent sort of thing. Like I'm running on 5G at the moment because my Wi-Fi is on the other side of a goddamn wall. It does cut out like mad.
It's the app. The app is useless. Always has been.
Well, that's why I use Prism Live for streaming if I'm on mobile. And you're frozen again. See, this is why. Delayed, can barely hear you. So it looks like it's just the 6 show now. All right. Are you alive? You back? Nope. And he's disappeared yet again.
Just going to try it via the mobile network.
Yeah, see how that goes.
I've got full file reception. It's probably the app though.
Yeah, potentially.
Oh, it seems to have lasted a little bit longer. Only got 2 bars of reception though. But yeah. So it's got a problem. It's got a problem with my Wi-Fi. Even though that's what I normally stream to via my laptop. Let me just turn off. I've got music streaming as well. Let me just turn that off and see if that's fucking with it. Leave page.
See, that should all be working fine. Shouldn't be.
Everything should be working fine. It's fucking 2024, but nothing works fine. Nothing works at all.
It's 2024 and we still have printers. Printers are the devil. Printers need to be basically put up on the cross and crucified, and then we should desecrate the corpses of
Yeah. Hang on. Stop ranting. I'm flicking over to Wi-Fi quickly to test if it was the streaming that was fucking it up. I think it might have been. Okay, so my fault. So I can either have music in the shop or I can stream. So now the shop's got a weird alien-like silence to it, but the stream seems to be stable. Yeah. Oh, looks to be working. You look actually pretty high def too. Not bad video quality.
Yeah.
So
I don't think
it's
hand in hand with having my iPhone.
I don't think it's squashing it too much.
Nah. Well, it's because I'm running on 5G and I've got plenty of bandwidth here if I run on Wi-Fi, so I might actually switch over to Wi-Fi and see if that works.
Yeah. Okay, look, I think YouTube must have a certain bandwidth that it allows to each IP address, I reckon. Something like that.
Nah. Nope.
Because as soon as I stop streaming the music on the Office PC, it's come good.
I think it could be how your router is set up as well, because basically it's going to put certain traffic as high priority versus others. So that's why I usually manually configure shit.
Okay. I might just try putting just like the double J radio on and see if that affects it as an experiment. As an experiment.
Experiment.
All right, let's try that out, and then I'll get a copyright strike, and that'll be fun. Honey Dijon, Black Girl Magic. There we go.
No idea what that is.
Very un-guitar shop-like music.
Man, I usually see.
All right, it still seems to be holding on. Yeah. Yeah, your vaporwave.
Yeah, amongst other things. Just depends on what mood I'm in, really.
Fair enough.
Weird shit.
So, are you hearing me? Are you hearing me via this mic?
Yes. Are you hearing me via this one?
Holy shit! Nope. So my audio is working correctly because I can hear you via this earpiece, but it's actually picking the mic up from the road.
Yeah.
Wow.
But wait.
So it does work.
Can you hear me when I tap on this?
Nah, it's picking you up from the mobile mic.
So if I go,
that's the other thing. It's got no settings. Oh yeah, I can hear that.
All right. Let me just see what I can do then.
It's got no audio input settings in the YouTube app either, which is kind of annoying. And Android hides that shit away. It's not like a PC where you can just go to the control panel and go, this is the input, this is the output.
No.
Because like I say, it's only 2024. We can't expect, usability or something. It's crazy talk.
Okay, so now...
So what are you working on today?
You should be able to hear me through this thing, but now I can't hear you through that. Seriously. Okay, yes, that's fine. 1 second. Okay, so I was trying
Sorry, everyone. This is kind of a test for anyone watching.
Manual headphones in or something. God damn it, seriously.
God damn.
In my ass.
This is just sort of a test, everyone. And the other reason it's annoying is because it's only the vertical screen.
If I go...
Oh, he's going to hack the mainframe.
He's not going to do it. Fuck.
Fuck. So I'm, while he's fucking around with that, I'm just doing a restring setup and service to a mate and left-handy. And just finished a couple of fret hones. They're going out the door. I received an ice power module yesterday to repair that acoustic amplifier from Fender.
Yeah, nice.
And they didn't charge me postage after all of that. So I guess that price was including shipping to Australia. I don't know if it was a mistake, but it turned up.
Everything's a mistake
So
when it comes to ice
that's
power.
Good. Yeah, pretty much. They just go bang for no reason, and it's really frustrating because the customers want to know why things fail. And you're like, it just fails. And they're like, really? Do they suck that much? And you're like, kind of, yeah. They just go bang for no reason.
Kaboom, boom.
And, yeah. I suppose, well, they've got all the filtering and everything on the main board because it's a power supply and output stage in the one. And it's also got the auxiliary power supply for the preamp circuitry. So maybe, I don't know, maybe something was drawing too much current there. But modern power supplies have overload detection and shut down gracefully rather than just blowing up. So, well, they're supposed to anyway.
No. How's that?
Look at us working away.
Shot.
Yeah.
I
feel like
I haven't got my Gorilla Grip for the phone because it's at home because I was testing some stuff with it. So I had to put it onto my DJI, which is now up top there, just pointing up on the shelf, pointing down on me.
Yeah, sweet. That sounds all right. Sounds acceptable. It feels like I'm on stage and you're one of my adoring fans. Play K-San.
Play K-San. play
Oh, well,
the
we seem to be
same.
stable now. That's that's streaming audio for the streaming radio station for the shop now, and because it's not on the YouTubes, it's stable. So YouTube doesn't like streaming audio on another computer on the same router, or possibly the same account. Like, have you ever? Well, could be. Have you likely? Have you ever had like music streaming on one computer and then you go to look at a video on another computer and it says, you know, you're already using this account or whatever? Like with YouTube Premium in particular?
No, because I have it all set up so I can access multiple at the same time off that account.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was a setting. I thought they just go, nah, you got to have another account. Fuck you. You got to pay more.
Nah, I've got
to pay more, bro. Pay.
I've got my YouTube Premium account right now, streaming stuff at home for the dog, whilst I'm here with it streaming in the shop.
You stream stuff for the dog?
Of course. Oh. So she's at home, so she can hear some noise, because the cats piss her off all the time. Not that she can really hear much these days because of how deaf she is, but still.
That's what my brother and his missus, they leave the air conditioning on for the dog. They leave the TV on ABC. That dog knows more about global current affairs than any of us. Yeah, no wonder it's always got the 1,000-yard stare.
But it's all through the lens of the ABC, which is nothing more than Murdoch Light these days. Depressing.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Best we got, in public anyway.
Unfortunately.
Right, so anyway, g'day Jim, g'day Mum, g'day Alex, g'day Victor. Dad's got new teeth, so he's out in the garage eating jerky.
Nice.
Dad's got his new chompers. He's you got to watch him now. You piss him off, he'll just take a chunk out of you.
You ever seen a sandwich take a bite out of you? Huh? Ow! This sandwich took a bite out of me.
It was a big rigmarole, eh? It was like 9 months. Takes as long to have a baby as it took him to get his final revision of his teeth installed. So he's happy. He's over the moon. I did tell him though, you don't need teeth to chew whiskey. Oh, he's outside high pressure cleaning. Of course he bloody is. He won't stop. He's just go all the time.
Yeah.
That's why he has to come here to relax for a bit.
What's relax?
Although he's got to watch it, because a customer will walk in, but it won't enter his mind that a customer's in here, and something will stuff up, like he'll I don't know, slip with a multimeter probe or something, and he'll just let out a mad C-bomb, and I'm like trying to speak loud to cover up his trying to cover up his C-bombs over the customer, and
you're out in the mountains, nobody cares.
It's funny as, and you wonder where I got it from, champions. I'm looking particularly red today, like more than usual. Yeah. Can't do much about color balance in the YouTube app.
Nah.
It is what it is.
What am I going to work on?
Dunno, bro. What do you got? What do you got in the queue?
Surprisingly, not much. Well, actually, not surprisingly, because how quiet it is out this way. And it's either stuff I'm waiting on parts for, or things that are going to be absolute nightmares to work on.
Yeah.
Where'd that thing go?
I just got a bunch of parts turn up today, so it's go time. Yeah. Go time. Part of the reason I got the phone is so I can just drag you around from bench to bench. You getting dizzy yet?
Dizzy?
Whee! Huh. Fuck, I'm getting dizzy. I'll switch cameras. Oh, zoom in. Okay. So what have I got? I got a couple of guitars to do today. So let's do guitar. Let's have a guitar day before I get back into amp day. I had a massive Yamaha sub turn up where it got rained on. So I said, probably need a new module for that one, but it's one of the pro ones. When he said Yamaha sub, I was straight away thinking, oh no, he hasn't got a hi-fi thing, has he? Because they're pretty much just in the bin. Yeah. We've got a new another valve tone. This is their what they call a Fullerton without a cabinet. He just runs it like that. That's got low signal. Got SVT4 Pro, which is finally the parts that come in, so I've got to finish that one off.
What, did new MOSFETs on the output?
No, it was all good. It was just
No?
to clean and
Oh.
service. That one it was mainly jacks and a couple of cracked solder connections. You know, they're shitty. That's actually one of the preferred ones because the SVT4 Pro's actually got real heat sinks, whereas the 3's got a pitiful little piece of aluminium that they expect to dissipate like 300 watts. I've got to get back into this Ampeg. That's next in the queue. The Engel I'm just doing a service on because I couldn't find anything definitively wrong with it. It's probably the rest of his signal chain. Got a Technics that's not turning. Got a Pi turntable that's not turning. I think that's a broken belt, but in for a service and check over. Macintosh with a dead right-hand channel. Macintosh MC7100. Mark bass, which is just a clean and service. Got the little Walter that I checked out last time, which I think I'm still waiting on the quote to come back for. I got this thing which I've just sort of put aside because I had too many other busy ones to do. But
the Helix.
just doing a couple of guitars today, just to sort of not stress myself out too much. I have been working on those TSL boards as well, TSL DSL replacement boards. So I'll leave here at a reasonable hour, I think, and go home and work on that. Maybe try to avoid the brewery this afternoon, although it is Friday, Arvo.
Question from Scott. What's the best internal mic for acoustic? Well, it depends on what your personal taste is. I'm interested in the Anthem, but thought I'd ask you guys. I have installed several of the Anthem models, and they're brilliant. They sound good. They're easy to install. The electronics mount in a decent way, and they sound quite solid. The Anthem and the Anthem SL are both really quite solid. So I definitely recommend them, and we both sell them. So.
Yep, I'll back that up. So the interesting thing about the Anthem, and it's pretty smart the way they've done it. So they've got the piezo pickup under the saddle, and they've got a microphone under the bridge plate. And they mix them together with a set screw so you can adjust the mix to your taste. But the smart thing about it is the piezo has a low pass filter on it. Seems like it's set to about 200-300 hertz, and the mic has a high pass filter on it. So the big problem with miking up inside an acoustic body is you get a lot of feedback through the speaker, and everyone's heard that at a gig. So they use the undersaddle pickup to get that nice clean bass from the piezo, but everyone knows the quacky sort of brittle top end that you can get from a piezo. Personally, I'm not opposed to it. I don't mind it, but I play, like a sailor. And the microphone picks up the top end detail and the nice woody resonance from the body, but not the fundamental, so it doesn't feed back. And it's sort of like it's like a reverse crossover. It has a low pass on the piezo and then a high pass on the mic, and it crosses over at that same point, and you end up with a really nice, almost like a studio mic'd up sound. To my ears, they're the closest pickup preamp combo I've ever heard to an actual mic in front of the acoustic in the studio, and that's why I sell them.
They are really, really solid, and they've also got the new ones that have just launched as well recently that sound sick. But LR bags are really solid in kind of their overall design in general. So they've also got the face sensor pickups as well that are basically just magnetic coils that attach to the soundboard to pick up sound that way as well, which can get some really cool tones from the board.
And the good thing about them, particularly for pretty valuable or classic guitars, is the modification to the body is minimal. All you really have to do is drill out the end pin jack. Like a lot of people will get a good deal on like an OM28 or something, which is like a $6,000 guitar, but they won't want to modify it. You don't want to cut stuff into it or route the slot deeper or anything like that. So all you have to do is knock out the end pin, drill it out to, I think, 1/2 inch, and then you can always plug that and
15/16.
15/16. Close
15/16.
And then I've got Imperial drills here too. I've got everything, mate. Everything.
I know you do.
So when I drill it out, I use a step drill to start with, because that way you don't chip out the finish or you don't dig in. And then I finish it off with a brad point drill, just following the same diameter. Scotty, you got an Eastman with a Fishman in it. The hole's already there. Oh, well, there you go. He's already got the hole.
Yeah, if the hole's there, then you're all hunky-dory.
That's doable. If you've got a control panel on the side. Just be aware that pretty much every brand has a different size for that. I really wish they'd standardise that.
Yeah, if only.
It's a bit of a pain.
Just a bit, and by a bit we mean a lot.
Everything seems to be pretty stable. Scott, where are you, mate? Are you in Australia? Australia? If not, I might be able to refer you to someone that can install one for you. Just shoot me an email and I'll ignore it for 3 weeks and then get back to you. That's about my game at the moment. How you going, Joe? What's happening? Oh, Memphis. He's in Memphis. All right, well, that should be pretty easy then.
God. 2 seconds. I'll can find someone.
Yeah, I'll get Lyle to refer you to someone who's good. He's got all the good contacts. He can bloody put up a contact name for once. Normally, I'm doing it on his stream. We've got a handy little list here of techs that we trust worldwide. I've got to get some more in Asia and just Asia in general, but Europe as well. We've got a few in Europe, but I want to make it a worldwide network of people that we can trust, because that way we'll run all the hacks out of town, won't we? Worldwide.
Well, you say that, but
yeah. Well, we'll at least starve them of a bit of work.
Unfortunately, people keep going back to them.
Martin Music, yeah. Well, that's who Lyle used to go through, Martin Music in Tennessee. So I'd say they'd have the good contacts.
Come on, you get out.
I do feel bad for Lyle when people go, "I've been emailing you. What's going on?" in his chat. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, bro, but it's you and like 300 other people have been emailing him too."
It's like I got people that are like, "Oh, try contacting you, can't get in contact." It's like I'm a one-man operation. I get like 30 phone calls a day. I've got 400 emails currently outstanding in my email inbox, and people message me via the socials. It's like, okay, cool. What do you want? There's only so many things I can realistically answer in a day.
It is like that, eh? I've started getting emails from people internationally just wanting me to help them with their amp. It's like, I'd love to, mate, but I really can't. I'm sorry. If you're a talented tech and you had some evidence of that, I might be able to give you some breadcrumbs and you can do the rest. But even then, I'd have to charge you $100 an hour plus GST. Sorry, we've got bills to pay, and Australia's.
If they're international, you can't charge them GST. You have to charge them their local sales thing if we have a treaty.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm talking about standard rate if it was if it's an Australian person. But yeah, you get Aussies as well. Just DIYers that want to do it. So yeah, $100 an hour is the flag fall rate in minimum blocks. Because we've got bills to pay, and Australia is one of the most expensive countries on the planet to exist in. So we've got to account for every single second.
Yep.
If we're not accounting for every second.
I pay $4.5 a month just in rent in this shop.
Well, the housing unaffordability list just came out today, and we have 3 cities in the top 10 worldwide.
Nice.
So I believe that's Sydney, Melbourne, and Adelaide. And that's 3 out of the top 10 in Australia. And I think we're the most expensive country to exist in the English-speaking world.
Well, it got to a point where it's like I pay $600 a week for a 1-bedroom shoebox here in Lewisham that we've got a 12-month lease on. I've got 6 months left on the lease. At the end of that 6 months, if we want to sign a new lease or whatever else like that, then they're going to go, "Oh, yeah, it's time for us to up your rent." And the local market, the amount that it has gone up in the last 12 months is about 15%. In 12
fantastic,
months. So
isn't
that means
it?
the end of this lease, our rent will go from like $600 a week to almost $700 a week.
We're just gonna have to go back to being hippie communes, eh?
Oh no, I'm just gonna leave the country. I'm over it. I'm done. You can't exist here anymore.
Hey Lyle, hey Jace, all the lads are here. How you going, champions? Kicking goals, I hope. Ricky's here. Mark Spurgeon's here. And everyone else. Oh, Eric, I didn't say g'day to. Anyway, g'day everyone. How are we all? What's going on? So Lyle just filled us in. Bobby Scobie at Martin Music. Isn't a SCOBY the name of the like the bacteria thing that you start fermenting kombucha with? Yeah,
that's correct.
You gotta have your SCOBY, and you can buy your SCOBY and put it in and start it. Don't ask you how I know that, but anyway. Hey,
well, I mean, you are up in the mountains.
Yeah. Well, my mate Daniel, he had a fateful weekend where he went drinking 3 days in a row, and he inadvertently changed his gut biome permanently and kind of damaged his guts.
Well done.
So ever since he's been on all these fad diets and shit. I personally, I think they're the ones that are destroying his guts. But he always had this kombucha cooking away, and it looked disgusting. But when you actually tasted it, it was pretty good. The local brewery up here's got a nice kombucha. I'll be drinking that when I get on the old dry July again.
Fair enough.
Which I've committed to again.
We're gonna catch up. We're gonna do a video about that because I have something that you're going to do for the dry July thing.
Oh no!
Video range. Oh yeah, I found something amazing, and I'm going.
Is it good though, or is it like bad shit?
It is.
You're not telling me.
A thing that exists.
Oh, great. Well, after eating pork uterus and cow anus in Japan, I'm pretty well geared up for that. That intestine we had in the city the other day was gross, though. That was shit.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
That was something was wrong with that.
Pretty solid, but
yeah. I had it heaps of times in Japan, and it was really good. It's almost like they left the fucking contents in there.
The hormone. Like, I've got to replace a bloody nut on a 5-string Fender Jazz bass, and of course, none of the bone slabs out there are wide enough to fit it. So it's like, great, I've got to take a full width saddle, full width block, and shave it down to 3 mil.
Yeah, I've had to do that. I've had to do that just because I ran out of stock and promised the guy the guitar the next day. I have run it through the bandsaw before, but it stinks. It smells so bad.
I don't have a bandsaw, so I can't do that, can I?
I have cut it. I have cut it by hand too with just the coping saw, and it's still quicker than sanding it down because you can actually burn it if you sand it too quickly, and it discolors it. So I try to avoid that.
Joe, I tried Vegemite once, never again. Mate, you just put too much on there then.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, you've probably had something like akin to Vegemite at some point in the past, because if you look on your food and you see something on there that says yeast extract, that's what it is. Very, very close analog to Vegemite.
But I think the American like breakfast sort of style is more sweet stuff, isn't it? It's not so much, unless you're going like just eggs and bacon. I
don't know. The entire American food ecosystem is a very wild trip, to say the least.
You got to wash them chitlins. Wash them a bunch of times, Lyle says. Yeah, we went to a birthday party for some of our Uruguayan mates, and they had like a big sort of almost Brazilian style barbecue guy there, and it was a family friend of theirs, and he's like, I've got to go check on the intestines, and everyone looks at him funny, and he came back with the platter of them finished, like chopped up into little bits, and he's like, try that out, and he fed it to like everyone, and then told them that it was intestine, and they're all like, oh.
See, it's funny when people do that. It's like, if I eat something and then you tell me what it is afterwards, like, I like that.
Still tasted good.
Yeah, okay, just give me food, man.
Yeah. Sustenance. We crave sustenance. Brains and eggs. Oh, yeah. That'd be right. Nutella is gross. Chalk texture. I do really like anything hazelnut flavored, though. I'm a sucker for hazelnut things. Like, those Gillian chocolates.
Oh, God, Gillian tastes like wax.
I love them, man. I reckon they're great. Little shells. It's a Christmas thing for me.
Is like awful wax. Lint, and that's the better choice.
Assada Portuguese. Yes, that's exactly what it was, Alex. That's the word I was looking for, actually. I almost said it, and I thought, is that right? Assada. It sounds like some government agency.
Carne asada.
You work for Assada?
Well, here where I am in Lewisham, it's like it's Little Portugal. So you got the Portuguese club down the road in Marrickville, and then all along Canterbury Road, near where I live, is like Portuguese restaurant, Natas Cafe, that does like the Portuguese tarts and stuff. Portuguese butchery, all sorts of stuff.
Nice, yeah, they know how to eat, eh?
Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all.
Shell made a really nice Szechuan chicken last night. It was like tasted really authentic. It was really good.
Nice.
We doubled the amount of Szechuan pepper, and that made it really nice.
See, I'm not huge on Szechuan pepper because I don't know. It's all right, but the tinglingness and the flavor.
I love it.
I'm not huge.
It makes me amp up the chili content though, and then because it sort of numbs your tongue to the chili. So you eat more chili, and then the next day your asshole knows all about it. But yeah, I did add my special chili oil to it as well. So far I'm okay. I haven't pooed my pants yet, so that's nice.
That's plus.
I haven't had my my once a decade shart yet, so.
I remember years ago, I was living in was it Westmead, and I was sharing a place with a mate of mine, and he just comes bolting in the front door. We're up on the 3rd story of an apartment block with no elevator or anything like that. He just runs straight into the shower. Dude, what's
it's
going on?
always
He's like, I just shit myself down at the station, and we're a 10-minute walk away from the station.
It's always like the worst time, like music festival or something, or you're sick. Because it's pretty like predetermined to happen when you're traveling. So you're between hotels and you're on a train or something, and you're just like, oh! It's like, and then that gives you anxiety, which makes it worse.
Yeah. A girl brought back Vegemite. No one at the office was brave enough to try it.
You just got to have a scraping, man.
Exactly. You just got to put a real thin amount on there because it's very
scraping. Yeah. Having said that, Dad puts it on like Nutella. He loves it. But I've gone to Promite these days.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of a tang to it. It's a bit sort of a sickly sweet sort of, but still salty tang. Yeah. But it's really good for making, like if you make pies, a tablespoon of Vegemite or Promite in there. And it's almost like a stock, and it adds this richness to it.
Well, there's another thing that's very similar to it, which is if you've ever had like Southeast Asian cuisine and that, they've got like the Maggi seasoning in the bottle. It's basically liquid Vegemite. And it's so good on like a proper banh mi. So they call it soy sauce, but it's like a yeast-based one.
Yeah.
A little bit of that on the banh mi. Damn, good stuff.
Lyle wants guitarra Portuguese.
Wait, actually,
what's that?
Speaking of Portuguese, wait, here we go.
God, what's he got here? He's cooking away on something.
Something that got traded in a while back. A Portuguese.
Oh, hello. Oh, you know what? You know what I've got? I raise you one with a charango.
Charango. I have worked on one.
Is it a charango? I can't remember. Hang on.
Charango is the one that has like 10 strings on their little small body.
Yep. That's what we got.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. He dropped it off a while. It's got signatures on it. Yeah. It's got the bowl back.
That's charango, yeah. And the original one was made with armadillo. Literally an armadillo was the body.
Yeah, that's right. But look at that. The whole thing, the neck, the headstock and everything is all one piece of timber. It looks different color there, but you can see that that's the heartwood. So the whole thing, and you can see it there as well. The whole thing's been carved out of it.
How the hell does that not bloody split then at some point?
I don't know, man. It's just really well seasoned.
That's a lot of exposed end green.
It is, yeah. Oh, I can see actually it's got a tiny crack there, but that's early because it's filled with resin. That was probably in the stock. But yeah, besides that and the veneers on the face, really nicely built. I don't know.
Which is weird because most of the stuff that comes from like South America is like very
terribly
much made
built
to a price point.
Yeah, I think it's been dropped on its ass once before because you can see repair in that area, and it's happened again because the top's slightly separated, but that part stayed together. But yeah, pretty cool.
So guys, what do we think of the whole Brad and I talking shit while we do repairs type stream and that? Let us know.
It's going to make us somewhat less efficient, I think.
Yeah, but you know what? Such is life, because we can set up something where we do something akin to this, but instead of using this shitty app, actually set up properly through OBS so we can talk with low latency as well. So
Yeah, I was going to set. Sometimes I grab the laptop and shove it over here, but I thought I'm actually intentionally doing it with the app just to test the app today.
Yeah.
So, yeah, give us a
suck
like, you
ass.
heathens. Give us a like, you heathens.
Yeah, go on, hit the like
Here we go.
button, hit subscribe.
Lyle's given a link for Portuguese something. I can't click that because if I navigate away from this app, the whole stream will shit itself. I'll have a look on the laptop. Hang on.
Alrighty, so I now have that. I got that. Let's make sure that everything powers up as it should.
Portuguese guitar. It's just guitarra.
Hmm.
Yeah, right. So they almost look like bazookies.
Bazooki. What do you mean data error?
Oh no, is it playing up? Did I touch something?
What? No, not you.
Data error on them.
I've got a Yamaha SPX900 here. I'm trying
Gotcha.
to prep for sale, but for some reason it is coming up as having an issue.
An SPX what was it?
SPX900.
Is that the generation after the 90?
Yeah.
All right.
So the 90 was the one that like all the shoegaze dorks used.
I was just listening to Pavement. If you're talking shoegaze, I think we're talking about different genres there, but I was listening to Pavement all morning. I like Pavement.
Yeah.
It's working.
Let's see, offset.
It's working. That's better than most mate and pickups.
Oh my god.
So everyone's very very curious about which company I was talking about with my rant on the community page the other day.
Oh, just hurry up and put it out there. Let everyone know, damn it.
The thing is, though, and this is what really sticks in my craw, as they say, it doesn't matter what company we're talking about because they all do it now. Instead of actually developing their products, they've got some PR fuckwit that trolls social media to see any negative negative opinions on their products. Gerald Undone, you know him?
Gerald Undone. Why does that name sound familiar?
Because he's a cameraman. He's a camera YouTuber.
Oh,
yeah. So he had a similar experience with fucking Panasonic about the new cameras they've just released. They uninvited him because he actually tells the truth about their products. So that's part of the reason I'm going to ditch Panasonic. Because he said Sony are actually the more honest and fairer of all the camera brands. He said Fuji were pathetic. They just cut him off entirely if you said anything negative or not even negative, just ambivalent. And Panasonic's the same. They're just punitive. You can't tell the truth about their instruments. So,
well, one thing that I liked about Sony, especially, was the fact that they didn't lock down their autofocus protocols, so you could actually get a third-party lens that fucking works with their amazing autofocus.
Yeah, because you need the firmware.
You can get anything. Yeah, it talks. Whereas everyone else, if it's like a Canon or something, you got to reverse engineer it, and then they don't always work. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, well fuck them then. I'm over Panasonic. I'm sick of fighting the things, and it's just lame that you got to spend $2,200, $2,300, $2,400 for a camera that's actually got phase detect because they only just brought it out because they were 10 years behind everyone else. The only thing they've got going for them is stabilization, and that's it.
Yeah, and that'll be passed very, very quickly.
Yeah, it's the race. They're all like you say. They're all edging. They're all just edging in front of each other in the tech. They've all got the tech. They're just drip feeding it out so that you'd buy the next generation. They could put it all in one camera if they wanted. It's all just marketing shit, man. Drip feeding it out. Oh, there I am, reflecting back at myself. How do you listen to me all day, champions? That sounds horrible.
I have a very high pain tolerance. Lyle has pizza and he is out. Enjoy.
All right, see you, mate. Enjoy your pizza. That's more important than listening to us talk shit. Oh, the old, what's the name? Try to make me go to rehab. He's on the radio.
Amy Winehouse.
Yeah.
Amy Winehouse.
Winehouse. I was watching a documentary, you know, the Dubliners. You know the Dubliners?
Vaguely.
Yeah, they're like the real famous sort of biggest sort of Irish band that sort of kicked off in the 60s. I was watching a documentary on Dublin, hosted by Ronnie Drew, the main man. And man, the Irish accent's just too cool. I love it.
Yeah. There's
We're very fond of the gargle.
There's a podcast I started checking out recently, which was Beneath the Skin, which is like about the history of tattooing, and it's hosted by an Irish dude. It's awesome.
Yeah, there's something about the accent, eh? It's just got a character.
Yep.
A pointed plane is your only man.
And of course, all those lovely Irish ladies out in the eastern suburbs working the lollipops. For those who don't know,
yeah, they're all Irish,
lollipops are traffic stops.
The traffic control. Yeah,
we're not talking about anything untoward.
They realised that putting big fat ugly blokes that chain smoke on the stop signs, everyone just ignored them. But if they put a hot Irish chick there, everyone pays attention. And actually, does what they say.
Legit.
But I found in the CAD industry for joinery, all the CAD software packages were Irish companies, probably because that's tax reasons. You know, they've got like tax havens over there. But yeah, all these backpacker dudes would come over and like work for drawing shit for these companies. So you'd have to learn to understand the really thick accent over the phone. Was a bit difficult. So open picture and go to the start menu. Like, Jesus, what? Can you slow down?
Wait a minute.
Oh, pizza's in the oven. He's back.
Oh.
So, Jace, are you still there? Head first. What news have you got for us from lands afar, from the Americas, from your journey to the Americas?
Mark.
You live in Spotsylvania. What? Is that actually a place? Oh, there he is. So how's the ant production going, Jace? Shade from Monomyth. What gauge strings am I putting on this? Let's have a look, shall we?
The heaviest gauge you can find.
I don't want to collapse the top.
Any more than it already is.
Oh, I got a funny story. A Martin X series, you know, the laminate things, came in yesterday. Yeah. And he goes, "Oh, there's no signal output." Jace King confirmed they like beer a lot. Really? More than Australians? I don't know, mate. So yeah, I plugged in this Martin X series acoustic, and smoke came out of the sound hole.
What?
Yeah. And it was in front of the customer too. I'm like, well, I got to say that's a first. And yeah, it was a blown a tantalum surface mount cap on the Fishman preamp because they used a 10-volt tantalum powered by a 9-volt battery. It's not very smart, is it?
Oh, of course.
We've got about 0.3 of a volt margin there. Oh, that sounds funny. What am I doing? Left hand, 12 to 53 elixir. Let me just grab some strings. Oh, that sounds very nice in my ear hole.
Totally. Left, right, stereo flange. Hells yeah.
Oh yeah. Love a bit of stereo flange.
Things passing audio.
So what are you putting that one on the market for?
This one I got for $250 because of the faded screen. Screen's there, but you know.
It's got the EL backlight, is it?
No, it's actually the LCD module that's gone. The backlight is fine, but the display is just faded.
Yeah, wow. I've never seen that on a LCD. I've seen it on vacuum fluorescent quite often.
No, it happens all the time on LCDs, especially this era. They fade.
Yeah, right.
The crystals in them just end up weak and they don't fully twist where they need to. So you can see what's there, but it's very, very faint and ghost-like looking. This one's still a lot clearer than one would hope than normally they are. So it's still in sellable condition, but yeah.
I suppose that's an issue with things like Game Boys.
Somewhat, yeah. The Game Boy is a little bit different though because it's a very, very rudimentary, very cheap display, and it's only 2-bit.
Yes, it was 2-bit.
Yeah. 2-bit, literally. That's it. It's all it is 4 values: black, white, and 2 shades of grey.
Yeah, that's awesome. It did the job.
Yeah, exactly.
Prince of Persia was my favorite game.
Prince of Persia, classic.
Yeah. So frustrating when you fell down and got spiked by those knife things that come out of the floors, though. I'd throw the thing at the wall. You could do that with the old Game Boys. It would just leave a hole in the wall and come out in the next room.
Yeah. Well, there's that classic the Game Boy that was in the first Gulf War that's in a museum in the US that was like blown up by an IED and it still works.
Really?
Yeah.
It's got like no plastic or anything, and it's just
and it's half melted.
held together by gaff tape.
Melted.
So Jay says mods restoration, new design work on the agenda. Good shit, man. Keep us posted. Got a pallet full of hardware and shipping container, so it's on merry way here. Next run of build starts soon as it arrives. So when you say is that stuff coming to Australia for you to build locally, Chase, or is that stuff that's arriving at the US? Yeah, I had the PC version of Prince of Persia long before, like I'm talking 80s. I was like, 5 or 6 years old, and I was playing it.
That was too old for a computer.
Yeah. You should have built one. You lazy fuck.
Oh yes, with all the money. Well, that's how I ended up getting into PC building, because while everyone else had like Pentiums in school, I was using an IBM PCXT.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking the other day, when computers were just taking off, right? Like, because we sort of saw it sort of take off. We were sort of there in the golden age of gaming and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember being at my primary school, and the teacher sent me to the storeroom to get, like, I don't know, a box of pencils or something.
Yeah.
So I went in there, and that's where all their old their old computers were. And there was like Sinclairs, there was Acorn, remember them? And they were just stacked up on piles, like haven't been used for years. I should have said, can I have them? Like, you don't want to as a kid because you're like a shy little kid and you're worried you might get shouted at.
No,
I should have said, can I?
Dude, I'm too autistic for that. I would have asked.
Yeah, but I was like too afraid to ask. And I should have just said, can I have them? And they'd probably go, oh, yeah, like, yeah, if you want to use it. Because a kid wanting to get into computers in the 90s, like early 90s, they would have been like, yeah, shit, yeah, have at it, you know, like hopefully you do something with it. If I had half a brain back then, I would have said, can I have them? Can I take them home and play with them and see if I can get them working? And they had tape drives, they had bloody everything. But yeah, C++. I have played with C++. I programmed some rudimentary stuff. I think I did some kind of filter calculator or something just as an exercise, but too much stuffing around, mate. It already exists still. I don't have time for that shit.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, like, our C++ and that's still used for stuff like Arduino and shit like that. So
yeah.
Still
yeah, they
solid
use
for microprocessors.
What do they use? It's a simplified version of it for Arduinos, and it's got its own name. I can't remember what it is, though.
No, we just when I was at TAFE, we just did it in C++.
Oh, no, you can, yeah. But in the natural Arduino IDE, it's got a simplified version of it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a simple boy, just like the Carnival song.
300. 300. I was looking at this thing. It's like 300K, $300,000. Jesus, I wish. 300 kilograms. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
I see.
Transformers, chassis, head shells, USA to Australia. So you're going to be a busy boy.
Why would you get them from Australia to here from the US here to Australia? Why not just get them made locally? Probably would cost less.
He's doing both. Because he's got to have something to keep him occupied, or he'll be on the streets causing trouble, won't you, Jace? Bloody Melbourneite. He'll be on the streets drinking lattes and craft beers.
Well, at least down there, they've still got bloody music venues and stuff that are still kicking on.
Yeah. Man, I wanted to go see Elaine Johannes tonight or tomorrow night, but we've got family shit on.
Yeah.
I might still go tonight. Fuck him. I've got to see if there's any tickets available. It's at some weird place in Marrickville. But he was like his band was called 11, and he did pretty much all the lead guitar stuff on the first Chris Cornell album.
Yeah.
Heaps of stuff off Queens of the Stone Age, Desert Sessions, you name it. You name him, he's worked with them. Amazing multi-instrumentalist. And he's playing freaking Katoomba, the Baroque Room. Like, my brother's had a gig there. It's weird. It's
Who makes transformers in Australia? There's a couple of companies that still do it. So you got Torima up in Queensland that do them. I've gotten transformers made through them for budget stuff because they can make like transformers in their own facility in China for like $15 a piece for a 20-watt output transformer, which is pretty solid. There's also a company that bought the Ferguson company years ago. They still make transformers. You know, transformers you can kind of get a lot of places. Yeah. You guys will appreciate it. I got into some poison sumac the other day. Pretty bad rash on my arms. Got invited to go to 5 Watt World this Tuesday, and the rash is spraying my face. Nice.
You're going to have to wear a mask like that mono neon dude. Put a sock on the end of your guitar.
All right.
You could make a bit out of that. Try some makeup, Lyle. Maybe you could get your ring light out, do a makeup tutorial, and then go on to be on 5 Watt World.
Just go there dressed up as Dee Snider.
Yeah, do the Kiss makeup. Might make it worse. Hey, Dad. How you going? I got Mum and Dad watching. Dad's finished pressure washing. Dad had a bird fly straight through their fly screen the other day, and it ended up trapped in their front porch. So he's been doing the fly screen, redoing it. At least it doesn't happen in summer where the mosquitoes are like friggin' eagles. They sort of live right up from the estuary, so mosquitoes are pretty bad there. Skimitos. I'm going to try hydrocortisone instead. Yeah, that should kick it within a day or two, but you might want to get on that shit pretty soon, Lyle. Enjoy your pizza.
Yeah, now
say hi to Nikki for me.
Okay.
Just going to mute myself so I can blow my schnoz.
Come on, give me the thing.
Am I back?
The XT4. Apparently.
Sweet. I have 2 panels so far, 4 to go. Yeah, I hate doing fly screen. It's like doing Tolex. It's got to be under constant pressure.
That's why I don't do any of that shit.
Yeah, can't blame you. I wonder if I could do a video of tuning up a guitar, and then every time someone tunes up a guitar on YouTube, I get copyright payments.
Not quite, unfortunately.
Their copyright system is that fucking stupid. It'll probably work.
It's pretty broken. Ugh. Stupid.
Big Clive just got a few videos taken down because he set fire to his own beard. It said it's self-harm or something.
Oh, dear Lord.
His beard's like a kilometre long. You could burn the end of it and he wouldn't even know about it for half a day. Good old Big Clive.
I've only watched a couple of his vids.
I just watch his live streams. I've been a bit slack with them recently, but during lockdown, that's about when he started doing them. They were gold. Because he'd get pissed on them, talk shit, and it was funny as.
Where is it then? It must be there still.
It's funny. Him and his brother have like 2 completely different accents. His brother's got like a posh, like proper Scottish accent. He's got this sort of like bastardized, almost Welsh sounding accent. Yeah, I see some common faces over here from his channel as well. I think he gave us a shout out once on the live stream, and a few people came over after that, which was cool.
Yeah, Adam.
Big Clive. Because yeah, his brother's the reason I got into whiskey. Because he has a whiskey review channel. Ralphie, when he's not embalming bodies, he's He's reviewing whiskey. What a life, eh?
Pretty sure you can balm the body with whiskey, can't you?
Maybe the cask strength, yeah. I'm sure that's how a few people would want to go. And then set fire to them.
I'll just see if this thing's going to do it.
I'm going to have to shave a bit off his saddle, about 1 mil on the base side to 0.5 mil on the treble side, which isn't too much. Not the end of the world. Everyone thinks these screws here are for saddle adjustment, but they're not. That's to hold the pickup. They do slightly adjust the pickup height, but they compromise the pickup output as well.
And they start howling like a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't have tension on them, it works like a microphone.
Or then you put too much on there, and it still does it as well, because then it's got too much contact, because one side of it buckles.
Or you can crack the piezo elements. You can buy replacements, but I had a dead shadow pickup this week.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, a Shadow SX100. The NanoFlex pickup, it worked, but it was noisy, so I took it out, and you could run your fingers over it. And if you weren't grounded, you got to a point about where the B string is, and the hum went through the roof. It's like there was a break in the shielding. So I sent that back, but AMS were really good about it. No questions asked. I made a video and put it on private on YouTube just so they could watch as evidence if they wanted. And they said, it's fine. We'll just send you another one. No need. I'm like, oh, good boys. That's what I like. That's what I like. Good service.
This bloody KRK VXT6 has come back again with that one that made that really weird noise.
Yeah.
Once again, can't get it to do the problem.
Yeah, right.
Every time
what was it? It was like a buzz, wasn't it?
Yeah, it sounds like it sounds like a relay switching on and off hard at bloody
that's right. You sent me the
mains frequency. And right now I've got it on the Variac, and I've dropped the line voltage to like 200 now.
Yeah. Is that a universal power supply?
Huh?
Is that a universal power supply or a linear?
Let me bring up the schematic. I'm pretty sure it's linear, if I remember correctly.
VXT. I think I've got a plate. I think I've got a plate from one of them. I could just send it to you and replace it.
Where's the bloody thing?
Let me see which model they are. I've got a whole bunch of them here. People have done trade-ins for the Cali Audios. So I've got a few here with the cap cancer and whatever.
Well, no, the rockets have the cap cancer. The VXT don't.
VXT's got that silicon shit
all around that module. It's a nightmare to remove.
Yeah, it's like ballistics gel.
Yeah.
Just fire a bullet through it. Job done.
This is just a linear supply.
Yeah. How long are you into that one for now? Because it might be worth just going, fuck it, get a new module, because I think they're pretty cost effective.
I don't think Alpha have any anymore.
Okay.
Because this is an older one.
Yeah.
Because this one, it's got two taps, so it's got the rail for the power supply and a bipolar 15-volt supply, separate on the transformer. Separate on the
stinks.
Yeah, that's Tusk, isn't it?
Yeah, smells like ass. Smells like burning hair when you sand it. Oh, not burning. I don't know what it smells like.
I seriously don't know what this problem could even fucking be, because it's only happening on this speaker as well.
Have you ever witnessed it in your shop ever?
No.
I'd be throwing it back at him and say, bro, you've got something wrong with your power.
Well, that's the thing. Like he moved it to another room, and it kind of didn't, and then it started doing it again.
So he's got two units. Is it only happening on one?
Yeah.
And if he swaps the positions in the room,
still follows it.
Follows that driver. No, looks like it's your problem, man.
Yeah, that's what's annoying, because it came in, the caps were completely shot, power out, the caps were gone. Like you could actually shake them and hear the core rattling around inside.
Oh yeah, I've had that before. Yeah.
Yeah. So I did that, but
drier than a something.
There is something going on here. I'm thinking there might be one cap that I didn't replace, which is in the relay supply. So if that's gone funky, that might cause issues.
Yeah. Could have if the caps are that low quality, it could have a broken internal connection too.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like I had one of those things the other day with that ash down, didn't I? With it, where I shocked myself last Saturday.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you. I'm here all week. Try the veal. It had like one problem, fix that problem. Had another problem, fix that problem. Had a third problem, fix that. Still no signal. So there was like 4 or 5 different issues that all combined to make it not work. And it's very hard to explain that to a customer. Because the fan probably gave out and he didn't notice. And then that cap failing, he might not have even, well, he would have noticed that because that would have cut the signal to the preamp. But that might have done other damage. But as far as I can tell, the power and the preamp have 2 separate power supplies and there's a problem with both of them. So just waiting on the quote approval on that one.
That's why I drop power now.
And I had like 25 customers on Wednesday, Tuesday. And then yesterday I had 2. Never know how it's going to go.
In the last 2 days, I've seen 4 people in the shop. That's it.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Are those people in the shop with you right now?
I wish.
These people in your shop, do you see them when you sleep?
Well, only when I really need a sale.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said in my bed.
Well, whatever you got to do to make that sale, buddy.
It looks like someone we had a message. Someone
got timed out.
Naughty. Ooh.
Oh no! Thanks, Alex.
Nah, don't even like mute him. Just ban him.
If it was bannable, I back you, Alex. Whatever you reckon, mate. I didn't even see anything happen, but whatever.
What a dork! Seriously.
But I don't know what happened. I can't comment.
He's throwing out bloody homophobic slurs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Bam.
It's like, I don't think you realize that one of the people who is currently on this stream is not straight. So
yeah.
I don't
You'll get
tolerate that
switched.
shit.
No, I don't tolerate it. I don't tolerate it at all either.
Ugh. All right. Well, that one's going to have to go into the I will deal with it later pile.
Here's me playing with my nut.
You said nut. All right.
Alex thought Brad was straight. Well,
he is until you get a couple of whiskeys into him.
What happens at 3 a.m.? What happens in Melbourne stays in Melbourne, all right, Alex? Happy Pride Month. Yes, it is Pride Month, isn't it?
Hooray for the corporate rainbow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a bit what it's like, isn't it? I got to watch myself. Hey, I was wearing this T-shirt the other day, and it's got that on the back.
And can't read it.
No, it's just an upside down cross. And it's just metal. I'm agnostic. I'm not satanic.
Edgelord. Edgelord,
man. But yeah, then a representative of the local church was due to turn up, so I had to put like another T-shirt on. Like, oh, I don't want to start shit. That was just the metal bar I went to in Tokyo.
Nice.
And shouted everyone a million whiskeys.
And
And
you still would have walked out with plenty of money left in your pocket.
well, it's like that new Denzel Washington meme that's going around. I'm leaving with something. I
haven't seen it.
I don't know. I'm getting smashed with it at the moment. What annoys me, like you probably noticed on your YouTube views, that you'll have like a massive viewership on like the first 5 seconds of a video, then it drops to nothing. That's because it's counting when your mouse hovers over the video and plays the first 5 seconds before you scroll down. It counts that as a view. It's so stupid. It shouldn't count it as a view.
Yeah.
So like when I've got 5,000 views, probably 25-30% of them are just people hovering over in their feed. You know, it's not a true representation of how many people are watching your videos. It's so silly. That guitar is backwards. Yes, it is, Lou. And it's not my video either. It's the it's an actual left-handed guitar. A good customer of mine, and they're a pretty well-known session player in the sort of country scene. Plays at Tamworth all the time. I love it when working musos come in with their gear. Feels like you're working towards a cause, you know? Not that I don't enjoy working on everyone's instruments, but it just feels like there's an extra sort of motive there. It's good.
One thing, Joe, words like that, very old, very outdated. Not many people use that as a phrase. It does refer to a very specific thing, but it can also be taken in a very negative way. So, you know, we don't mess with our trans homies here on this channel.
It's education time, champions. We're the woke channel.
Exactly. Yeah, well, we're like the only woke white guys in the guitar world.
There's a few of them.
Really, most of them I've seen are absolute chuds.
I can't speak for your YouTube history.
I like to argue with idiots online, and I'm subscribed.
I know you do. I don't know why.
Because, like I said, it's easier than trying to find someone to whack me in the nuts with a ball-peen hammer all the time. Yeah,
true. I don't even own a ball-peen hammer.
Really?
But that is a good song by Mudhoney, though.
Okay, let's work on some of these crappy school instruments.
He's still watching Had to Throw a Bone. Fair enough. Joe's just trolling the guy that got banned.
Right.
Where'd my height gauge go? There we are. So now I've got another person that's going to dislike every single video I put out, because there's one person that goes through and thumbs down every single thing I release.
Fuck him.
It's like, get a life, bro.
Metrics is metrics.
Yeah, I don't care. It's always like 99.9% positive. So,
see, I don't get that. Like, I've got some videos I put out that are like the most mundane. Like, here's a tip, here's a thing, and it's like a 15 to 20% dislike ratio.
Yeah, I think when you're appealing to new viewers, that's the default. That's going to happen no matter what. When you've got the regular champions, they click the thumbs up regularly on the regular.
I don't put enough stuff out for regular viewers.
Yeah, well, there's always tomorrow, mate.
Yeah, I know. That's the entirety of my existence. It is always tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Whatever.
You got any more live streams planned this week?
Potentially. Oh, God. Yeah.
Sweet.
You gonna do your Saturday morning waking up with the crack of dawn thing?
May as well. I've got a few new things to assess. That's usually what I like doing on there, so I might do one. I'll see what time I wake up. 6 is, I don't know how I ever did 6 a.m. I'm really struggling to do that now, but I used to do it pretty regularly. Play a song left-handed? I don't think so.
I can.
I bet you can.
like that.
Oh, that way.
Get in the hole.
When I want to feel like what it's like to play guitar for the first time and just have no clue, I just try and play left-handed, and I'm like got the tongue poking out and everything, eh?
Yeah. Okay,
Not ambidextrous. My brain half works the right way around, let alone the wrong way around.
There we go. Asper.
He's got a Yeti sticker.
Yeti sticker?
Yeah, on the guitar case.
Like as in the mic?
It's a the American tactical equipment manufacturer.
Never heard of them.
They sell like coffee cups and stuff. All the big trucks with the truck nuts have Yeti stickers on them.
Sounds dumb.
All right, we've got a
because I know that I need tactical wipes to wipe my asshole when I'm taking a shit. Get these dude wipes and get them now. Do it, yeah, manly. Yeah.
Moving on. We've got a J50 here. J50ADJ.
Advanced jumbo.
I heard a bit of a buzz there.
I have a 1957 Gibson LG1 in my bone pile. I've got to do something with it at some point.
Jeez, what's that worth?
Not much.
At the moment, but...
Oh, no, in general, they're not worth a huge amount. They were the smaller bodied ones, but unlike the LG Zeros, they had X bracing instead of the ladder bracing.
Okay.
Yeah, but this one's been stripped and refinished, and they put on like a poly finish on there, and it's got crowding and shit all over it. It's got a crack that follows. So you see where the pick guard runs along the edge of the fretboard there?
Yeah.
Big massive split running, following that line.
Because it's shrunk.
I don't know if it's because it's shrunk or if it's just because it's cracked at that point, but
yeah, they off gas the plastic off gases and shrinks, and because the adhesive is actually really strong on the nitro.
Well, this isn't a celluloid pick guard. It's an acrylic one. That's what's weird. Yeah, it's because it's been resprayed at some point, and this crack has happened after the respray.
Damn it! Trying to get the picks out. George, what are you doing to me, mate? One. It's like a lucky dip. One.
AJ is adjustable bridge. Ew.
Yeah, it is adjustable. Oh,
plywood bridge plate. What, for a 50s one? They didn't have a plywood bridge plate back then. They were still using.
No, I think he's talking about this one. I think.
No. He said, "Nice 6 replace the plywood bridge plate."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because if that one is that one a 70s one or?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yes, that didn't have a plywood bridge plate. Ugh.
Let's have a look. I've got a mirror and a torch. We have the power. This is good. We're live streaming, but we're still getting work done.
I know, right? Crazy.
This has a solid maple bridge plate. Just check the bracing while I'm here. Nice bracing. Well executed. I wonder what are Gibson acoustics like these days? I haven't seen a modern one for a while.
I've got one here from the 90s which needs a respray on the neck because someone resprayed it in the past and did such a terrible job, and the finish is so thick and it's peeling off, and instead of it being black, which it was supposed to be, it's like a reddish, purplish tint.
Oh, yeah.
Bad. Yeah.
Is that what model is it?
An SJ200.
SJ200. Was that a headstock repair?
No.
I was going to say, I hope it's not one I did.
No, trust me, you would have never done this kind of work. This is like bad.
That SJ200, remember I had to go full oh god, I forgot the name. I had to go full Tuford on that one and make the like reconstruct the neck join with new bits of mahogany and stuff.
Yeah.
That one's been happy ever since, so that's good.
Yeah, nice.
North. All right, this one's got kind of crappy composite nut, but the heights are okay. I think the G string will have to be built up a bit.
That's what she said.
Someone's dug out the inlay on this one. I wonder if they had to do a truss rod repair at some point. Why would you dig out the inlay and then shove it back in?
Dig out the inlay on a Gibson?
Yeah, no make no sense. Yeah, normally that's a Fender, US Fender thing.
That's a Fender thing under the first fret or the third or the third fret, depending.
Fifth
fret, yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, fifth fret?
Fifth?
On Fenders?
Seventh?
Oh, yeah.
Seventh. Fifth or
seventh.
Fifth or seventh, I can't remember which.
Are we talking the
Google it.
headstock adjust or the bridge adjust one?
Headstock adjust.
Heel adjust. Headstock adjust ones.
Yeah. They've got a little block there inside and it's screwed in place.
I thought it was the third fret.
I don't know, mate. No, it's in the center point. It's in the center point of the truss rod, which is about the seventh or fifth.
Well, because I know that the Gibson bloody inlays just have a habit of lifting up anyway. So maybe it's just lifted up and they've tried to put it back in and they've not done it right.
Yeah. Here we go.
Always a thing.
See that? Not really. Yeah, you can't even. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. I'm thinking the lens is on the left hand, so it's on the right hand side of my phone. Yeah, see that? They've dug it out.
Oh,
good old
bad. Oh.
Good old Samsung camera.
Why? What? God, why would you dig it out that hard? Like,
I don't know.
Just heat it up. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. If you absolutely needed to, you drill a hole in the middle and shove a little chucher in there and break it up. What are you working on now?
School repairs.
Oh yeah, bunch of budget amps.
Yep, so this one is a PV Bandit 112 from 2007. So let's see what's going on with this.
Sounds nice. Yeah, there is a rattle there. I think it's one of the tuning machines.
Ooh, that's a good sound.
Pickup's a little bit crooked. The end pin jack.
I have 0 output.
It can be hard sometimes to find where a rattle's coming from in an acoustic because it just the whole thing seems to rattle.
Oh, that's fine. I'm on the wrong channel. Dickhead. Oh, scratchy. Oh, brittle.
I'll put that one aside for the moment. Give us a bit of Sunny Boys. Come on.
Give us a bit of what?
Give us a bit of the Sunny Boys.
No.
Yes, you do.
About all I know as far as like Aussie stuff goes is where is it? Let's see.
Oh, is that that's Rose Tattoo. That's a good old Rose Tattoo.
It's one of my I used to love singing Rose Tattoo in the Covers band. It was brilliant.
Oh yeah. Rock and roll outlaw.
Yep. I don't know a lot of old Aussie rock and that. I don't remember a lot of things, actually, because I don't play much these days. Back to testing. Oh, my eardrums.
Oh. Sounded pretty bright.
Yeah, that's, oh, God. The EQ on this is horrid. Normally, the, like, PV cleans on the old ones were pretty solid.
Could have a lifted cap.
Ugh. Nah, it's just these amps. They're not great.
Garrison. Just got to look up my job sheet. One moment, champions. This one hasn't been approved. I better follow that up. I think they've ignored my quote. Alright.
How is that warm? That sounds boxy.
Is there a warm switch?
Yeah, well, there's clean channel has vintage, classic, and warm for the 3 modes. Classic is like the least sibilant and boxy sounding. And then warm is like in the ear, kind of like right up around like the 2K range.
Do you know of any alcohol-free polishes cleaner to use on my French polish finish? Yeah, so I use Malco Swirl Remover for general purpose cleaning and polishing of guitars. It's very it's silicone-free and it's very very gentle, so you could try that one out. Sounds like a cocked wire. Yeah, it does. Oi, 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 oi. That'd be out of sync.
Of course, everything's going to be out of sync on this.
Yeah, normally Bandits sound pretty good, Ted. Normally Bandits sound pretty reasonable.
Yeah, the old ones do. These ones, though?
Yeah.
Not so
New
much.
ones are shit, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, there is in amongst them a Bandit 65.
Mate. That's not a Bandit. That's not a Bandit.
The Bandit 65 was the original Bandit.
Oh yeah. No, I'm talking about the one you got there.
Oh yeah, no. This is the Bandit 112 that just it was from like that period in the early mid 2000s where like
how long does the how long's the battery lead need to be?
Longer.
That's the battery lead for the preamp. It could go to another acoustic guitar.
Filters through the internet. Yeah. Fruit's all in the fingers. Well, even though I'm very, very rusty and can barely play these days, when I had my studio and I was doing the session work and that, it's like, pick up anything and just make it sound like whatever. It's fine.
YouTube compression's doing it wonders.
Modern, there we go. Oh yeah, scoop of the mids, baby.
Scoop the mids. Chug. He's getting his RDI of chugs. Recommended daily chug intake.
Hells yeah. See, that's why we go mids down, lows up, highs up. Yeah, every single high school kid out there ever.
Yeah. I remember that. I blame the Black Album.
Except it was Justice for All that was the worst for that.
Oh yeah,
Black
that was so
Album had
nasal, wasn't it?
to it.
It was so nasally.
I don't even remember any of it.
All right, new battery lead.
Okay, so that's one. And then high gain is like
someone's trying to ring me.
Central.
That's
God,
that's
the topology makes no sense.
inconvenient.
What'd you do?
So look at him having a bloody rock show over there.
Skid Row, so damn good. Love those guys. Alright, so there's reverb.
Can't hear most of it. Yeah. Yeah, YouTube's blocking most of it off.
Yeah.
YouTube's being a boner killer. It's amazing how bad the YouTube audio compression is.
Well, the YouTube audio compression's alright. Problem is, it's going through my AirPods. That's compressing the shit out of it. If I was,
Right.
if we set this up properly, then I can get all this working. So now I've got my AG08 actually working right now.
Yeah, okay.
Play some Black Sabbath.
Play some Slack Babbath.
I
What
like
is
to
this
play-
that stands before me?
I like to play the typo negative versions of Black Sabbath songs.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Yeah. Typo negative, man. They're always good.
What's the blood that can? Is that that's the type the blood that anyone can take, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, negative.
Universal donor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Universal donor. That was out of was it Office? No, I forget. The Office. I don't know. Moving on. There it goes. It's there for about 3 seconds and then it disappears. Oh, it sounds like it works.
Yeah. Except I gotta clean that game pot.
Come on, hurry up. Pull the next one out. Stop fucking around. Get the next job out.
Ah, silence you.
Alrighty then. New battery clip for you.
Oh, but you don't want the extra long, super mega massive sized one?
I'm going to clip the end off it. And it's already broken, the battery clip stuff. So.
Stuff. Just going to splice one in.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Just getting the length right. Oh, that sounds gorgeous. Old Dave Jones was streaming last night from his kid's sporting event.
Fair enough.
It's funny as he's like keeping score while he's talking. Hi.
Please come in. Hi. I'm Dave Jones.
I'm Dave Jones. Welcome to the EEV blog. His voice is actually mellowed in his old age. Must be all the cigars he smokes. Being a rich bastard.
He smokes
with
cigars?
his No, he doesn't. I'm just taking the piss.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute, because he's like one of those weird.
He's like a health freak.
Do fitness thing, and yeah.
Yeah, he's a health freak. Doesn't even drink beer. He reckons it all tastes like piss. I'm like, Dave, you're just drinking the wrong beer, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. It's IPA specifically that tastes like moose piss.
Oh, you just got no taste, mate. You just got no taste.
That's why I can't do it. Nah. Look, I like alcohol. I like beer. I just don't like it when my beer basically is more of a an endurance test.
Milkshake. I've been on the porters and the stouts in winter. That's all I drink.
Yeah.
Love it.
Soy sauce
Black
beer.
beers or black IPAs. They're good. But the even the Guinness, the full strength Guinness, not the draft one, is all right. But the White Rabbit Dark Ale is really good. I've been on that.
Oh, yeah, I think I've had that once before. It's all right.
Yeah, it's good gear. Yeah, it's one of the ones you can usually find at the more mediocre bars. It's pretty common. That and
I'm in the inner west. Everything is mediocre. It's just
I'm in the outer west,
well.
mate.
Exactly, and that's where all the functional alcoholics are.
Exactly. Yeah, well, there's a reason we've got like 5 breweries within, a 5-kilometer radius.
I've got like right behind me. I've got Young Henry's, like a block away.
I'm not a fan of them, mate.
Chat to him.
Yeah, I've been there a few times to that one, but I don't know. I used to drink the Newtowner. I don't know if they changed the formulation or whatever, but last time I had it, I was like, oh, rough.
Rough as guts. It's got bones in it. That's what.
Yeah. But then when you go there and have the beers in there, they're completely different to their production beers. So I wonder if they've got someone else producing their production stuff, because the beers in house are actually really good. But yeah, the production ones. One of the worst beers I ever had was real ale. Yeah, was not good. We bought a case of it for camping, and then we were stuck out in the bush in the middle of nowhere with a carton of this stuff, and it was dog shit. And we're like, oh god, we just got to tough it out, boys. But yeah, I think we ended up
Suck it up and get into it.
I think we ended up scabbing VBs off everyone else. That shows how bad it was. Young Henry's Real Ale. I thought it must have been an off batch, so I tried it again a few months later, and like, nah, it's still the same. It's just got this like metallic. It's like licking a piece of iron. It was bad, man. It was rough. There must have been something wrong with the batch, with the formulation. Yeah, I used to go there before shows at the Enmore.
Buddy, there was some girl sitting out front of the Enmore yesterday who almost got bloody Final Destinationed.
Oh, what? What happened?
Yeah, some Uber driver, because there's always a bloody Uber driver.
Yeah.
Lost control, some shit like that, and almost went right into the. Whoop, there you go. My did I do it? No.
Hello.
Locked, yes. Sorry, my phone just decided to mess around.
You can't turn it around. I've tried to. You can only run this in vertical. I did look into it.
Yeah, no, because my I think it looks like it's run out of charge potentially. Yeah, no, they were there, and dude was coming out of the side street and went straight into the power pole out front.
Into the pole. Did he cause a problem with the power, or not hard enough? Oh, 6 is frozen up on us. In the meantime, Murray guitar pickups. Thanks, mate. I'll have a chat to you off stream about that. I've got 2 telly projects happening soon, so that'll be good. I'm doing a bit of a barn caster, and then the shiny one as well. I can hear you now. You're back. Oh, Beastie Boys. Six is intermittent. 6 needs a firmware update. Come here and I'll update your firmware. You'd like that, wouldn't you? Nothing. Rub it in. Why don't you, Brad?
You cutting out?
I don't think I'm cutting out.
According to the stream.
Yeah. I think I'm good. Just chilling. What's a barn caster?
I've also got it running on a stream here on the laptop.
A barn cast is just a rough as guts telly. It'll play good, like the geometry will be right, but the finish will be rough. Yeah, post Murray, Ben Murray's link, Murray's guitar pickup. Oh, Beyonce. Go from Beastie Boys to Beyonce.
Oh my god, seriously, why the hell would you make it like this?
What are you struggling with? Keep us posted, mate.
How the hell? Oh, there we go. Huh?
What's going on? What are you stressing about? He's gone mute. I wonder if he can hear me. 6. Hello, 6. Can you hear me? I don't think he can hear us, champs. Ah. Spewing. Yeah, welcome to my world. I wonder if it relays the data to me and then to YouTube, or if it goes directly from you to YouTube. I'm not sure.
Here we go.
Got 39 viewers still, so I don't think it's dropped out. Just have a look over here.
I can hear you.
Okay. Well, that's something. We're still looking smooth. Looking schmooze. Live chats.
You can't tell anything from the bloody from the app, unfortunately.
Nah, the app's useless.
Jump.
I can't.
Let's set up something like this properly through OBS for next week, eh?
Yeah, but you can't.
I can.
Well, yeah, you'd have to set it up with Ecamm or whatever, and then I'd join you. So that's doable. I need to find a piece of software for Windows that can do the same thing, but so far I haven't found one.
You should do it using virtual cam and OBS.
Virtual cam and OBS. Oh yeah, and then what, like Skype or something?
Yeah, usually Discord or something.
Discord. I still haven't figured out Discord. I'm such a boomer.
I'm gonna set up a Discord.
I've already got one. I don't know how to use it though. I started one up a while ago, and I was going to have that as part of the members perks, but like, you might, like, if you got a problem with your amp, you could jump on and I might be able to give you a few pointers because I can't afford to do it for the general public. But I haven't figured it out. Yeah. Some guys just demand help, eh? They're just like, help me do this. I'm like, who are you?
No.
They're like, I need help.
There was a guy yesterday in one of the groups that posted up about, but he I want to. Can you? Someone make me up a schematic, just a generic schematic of where I can probe the output on a tube amplifier. And I'm like, well, I mean,
I saw that.
You can scope, you can scope anywhere on the output or anywhere in a tube circuit as long as
I just want to know
input voltage. Yeah,
I just want to know how to fix my amp. That's all I want to know.
English wasn't right. I asked for a schematic, and I'm like, don't be a whiny bitch. I'm not doing your homework for you. I gave you information. Don't stick your probe where it's not rated for, and if you do need to, use differentials.
He goes, maybe my English wasn't correct, and then you look him up, and he's from the US. It's like, you smarmy prick.
Yeah, exactly. His English wasn't correct because he is from the US. The education over there ain't too great.
Come on. What I mean
Seriously,
is, it's not that he wasn't a native language speaker. He's been a smart ass, is what I'm saying.
Exactly, and that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like, how dare you try and say that my English or whatever is bad, or like, no, I don't understand. It's like, no, you're just a self-entitled prat who wants the work done for him, and then on top of that, oh god, here we go. Y'all motherfuckers get absolutely like someone's just told you that your mother is like some kind of animal, and they get so offended by everything. Everything. Seriously.
Well, I think the big issue with the internet is there's no tone of voice, and being like English or Australian, we've got a very dry sense of humor, and sometimes we just doesn't get translated.
We just say things straight up. It's like when someone asks a question, it's like, okay, you need to learn how to read a schematic. You need to learn how to look up a data sheet. What do you mean? Don't tell me I need to do that. Why are you being so God, no. Go away. Leave.
Well, I just leave the group.
Yeah,
but you insist on hanging on the groups.
Hells yeah.
I haven't got time for that
Not
shit
like-
anymore. I've got a few that I regular, but I only help out when I've got time. And when it's a name I recognise, I don't help some person I've never seen before because you end up with that shit.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of entitlement, but you know, that's daily life, isn't it? In it,
man. Oh God, not this one. Ah.
So someone was asking, I think it was Seth was asking about which soldering station to get. I've just got the Hakko FX-888 for my guitar bench.
Hakko
There we go. There's a little.
Is like
there's a
one
little
of the best
choocher.
soldering irons you can get.
It's like the
For its
SM58. It's not special, but it does the job.
For your
I
average
like
person,
it. It's got a narrow barrel. The Pace's barrel is ridiculous. It's like it's like a 3/4 of an inch across or something stupid. But yeah, they're good. Just beginners irons or just an auxiliary iron to have on your second bench. The FX951's a nice one. I think that's the directly heated tip, isn't it? The inductively. Oh, it's not induction, but it's
they're more expensive.
Yeah, but
person,
when you replace the
888
tip, the
works
whole
fine.
yeah, it's just got passive heating. I think the FX951, the heating element is in the tip, so when you replace the tip, it replaces the heating element as well.
Also more expensive too because of that. Travis,
more expensive.
Travis got diagnosed with Asperger's. Well, I mean, you would have probably been diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder because that's like the most common way of doing it now. Because the whole Asperger being a Nazi thing. Yeah,
directly is the best. It's the best anyway, mate. Especially when you're talking technical.
Like I learned how to mask and do all that kind of stuff before I even knew that I was.
I'll be right back.
But as I got older and I got more annoyed at stuff, I stopped playing the game, and that's when people stopped liking me. So it's one of those things where it's just some people take things too much to heart, whereas people like us, we're like, okay, you haven't told us directly what's going on. What does this mean? It's like there was someone who messaged me about asking about some conspiracy theory about Australia, and I responded with sort of like a thing there, and his only response was to respond to the message with an angry emoji, and I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that's when you contacted me to clear it up for you.
What does this mean?
Because I'm a normie. Yeah, I think he was sympathetically angry, so he wasn't angry at your response, but he was sympathetic with you and angry at the man.
Gotta be angry at the man.
So yeah, I can see how that could be an issue with day-to-day personal interactions.
Hells yeah, it's even worse when you run a business.
Yeah. Speaking of running a business, my accountant's trying to ring me. Uh-oh.
Really?
What have I done wrong?
Get a new one.
All right, I'll mount this battery on the side of the guitar, I think, because this is a Garrison. You want to just mute your mic? Oh, hang on, I can mute you, can't I? No, I can't.
Yes.
That sounds gorgeous.
Hells yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, Mark. Look at Murray Guitar picking up jobs off our stream. Go for it, mate. You've got our blessing. All right, a few little cable clips. Do this properly, unlike the previous person. Look at this dreary weather again. Just cloudy and overcast and cold. Good old winter. Looks like the storms have started to calm down in the States. They've sort of passed their hectic tornado period.
Yeah, there'll be a storm coming.
I see they're angry. I love working in acoustic sound holes. It's so fun.
Just get right up to the wrist.
Yeah, like I'm giving birth to a cow.
Just don't do what that dude did and stick the air gun near the top.
Oh, and explode the top. What was that on? Was that on a forum or?
No, it was on Facebook because I sent it to you. Remember? That was the
Yeah, but where'd you see it?
I saw it on Facebook Reels or groups or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So it wasn't. Yeah, it could have been staged.
No, that was he really messed it legit because that was his business page.
Bugger.
Yeah.
Oof, that's a hard one to explain. I have to reconstruct your whole guitar because I exploded it. Bit like me setting fire to one yesterday.
Once there was a kid who got into an accident and couldn't come to school.
And exploded his... Oh, watch the viewership drop.
Hey man, 90s soft rock, come on. 90s
Is that on the background?
Soft rock. No, it was just because a video clip popped up yesterday of them performing it live in 1994, and I used to love that song when I was a kid. And like they changed the final verse of it to something really hilarious.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just know it as the from Dumb and Dumber.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, just like Nick Cave's Red Right Hand. Yeah. They used that in Dumb and Dumber too. I didn't realise it was Nick Cave until years later because they didn't have it in the vocal section. They just had the instrumental intro.
Yeah.
A bit with the tabla or whatever he was using.
Hello from Ecuador, South America.
Ecuador.
Ecuador, nice. Man.
Also, that Ashdown 500 on
twin repairs.
Flyback diodes. I use the Rectron R5000Fs fast acting diode. So it grabs the peaks and slams them down to ground, and probably goes short circuit in the process, but doesn't cost you an output transformer.
Exactly.
And then power transformer. Yeah, and then set of valve sockets and the labour required to replace them all.
It's easy enough to replace some people. Diodes.
Yeah, some people are against flyback diodes, but to me, the alternatives are a lot worse.
Oh God, people are against all sorts of weird things. Like people are against vaccines, like that kind of thinking.
No, don't get started on that shit. Six is bringing out the bloody bangers. He's trying to make something go viral. That's what he's trying to do, aren't you?
No. If I want to make something go viral, I'll put out one of the videos I've got in the pipeline.
He's just trying to get notoriety on his own channel, aren't you, you bastard?
I don't even have.
I have a guitar question. I have a guitar question. Would you all go with the Lionheart guitar versus a Tens guitar? I don't know what that means. What's a Lionheart guitar?
Lionheart guitars were a company out of Southeast Asia, that completely destroyed themselves or something. A whole bunch of things happened. People's money ran off. The quality wasn't good. Look,
really?
Honestly, I don't believe in a lot of small luthiers. I don't believe in a lot of small guitar companies because they make junk.
Usually, yeah.
You know, I've been around long enough, and I remember being on the forums and that when people like Bernie Rico Jr. had his meltdown when Strictly 7 Guitars sent a guitar to Keith Merrow where the frets fell out. Where every week was another fly-by-night luthier disappearing people's money. You know, nah.
Do you remember that guy, Freakish Blues?
No.
Ken something? No, I'm talking. It was like 90s, man. No. This guy was getting Joyo pedals, and he was repainting them and selling them for $500. And then he'd get, like 99, 2000, 2003 ish.
This would have been Joyo and one of those Chinese companies didn't start doing those kind of super cheap pedals until the mid 2000s at the earliest.
Oh, maybe it was mid 2000s, but it was definitely Joyo pedals, or whatever. He was buying them for $30 or $20 US, and he was painting them. And he got them into some artist's hands called something Thelonious something. I forget his name.
Yeah.
But this guy was like a high up jazz fusion player or whatever. And everyone's like, oh, I have to buy one because he's got one. And it was a Joyo that they had resprayed the outside and they gooped the PCB. And if you dug the goop off, you could read Joyo on there. And when he got shamed, he doubled down. And He's like, fuck you, and like he
Hilarious.
tried to double down like 3 times before everyone called him out. This was the early days of the TGP.
Oh,
yeah, I don't touch that with 50. I wouldn't touch that with your dick.
nah.
That forum. How you going, Frank? What's going on, legend?
Black Machine. Black Machine are good. Black Machine are very
Machine.
solid.
What's Black Machine?
Black Machine are a British company that make guitars that people like Perry Ormsby copied, because Perry Ormsby's never had a single unique thought in his head. And he just copies other people's stuff.
Yeah. This is my channel.
Stuff.
The opinions expressed within this channel are not necessarily those of Brad's Guitar Garage.
He doesn't like Perry doesn't like me because I've gotten customers refunds because they keep bringing guitars in that are really terribly made.
Bugger. How dare a company actually, take responsibility for their builds?
Yeah, like if you've ever seen one of the Ormsby guitars with like the hook-shaped headstock, it's a direct copy. I don't think
I've ever had one in. No.
I have had so many over the years, and not a single one has been good. Whether it's the Australian-made ones or others, all of these.
I don't know what it is. I
copies of someone else's designs, like literally, like the Hype GTR was originally the Hype Machine, which was the Aussie-made ones, which are just copies of the Black Machine B6, B7, and B8. That's it.
Oh, really?
Right down to that, the jack in that awkward location at the end of the guitar, same thing. Literally, they're just copies of them.
Right. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, you will.
Having never seen either of them.
I'm surprised with how many like metalheads come by you that you've never had like a Hype GTR 8 or something come through, or like one of their Goliath headless models that have no connection to the ground and the bridge.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Hang on. Are they designed for EMGs though? Active pickups?
Nope.
Oh, really? They got passives.
Their own in-house ones, passives. The problem is with the hip shot bridges that they use on them, the coating on a lot of them isn't actually conductive. So you have to, in order to make the ground connection, you have to
scratch it away a bit.
You've got to scratch away some of the connection where the screw is, so that it can actually connect through to the strings.
Yep, that's good fun, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh god,
that was like that $4,000 Fender Johnny Marr I had on the bench the other day, where they never never connected the ground wire.
Yep, or the one that I sent you the link of, where it was the brand new Mexican bass. It's like had a terrible buzz because they put the bridge on, and they didn't take the sticker off of the underside of the bridge for Prop 65 conformity.
Ah, yeah, right. That's annoying.
Yep.
Bloody poor Californians. Everything kills them, eh?
Well, it's because everything bloody gives you cancer. It's just the difference between how much it gives you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm surprised in this day and age there's not a campaign to bring back leaded petrol.
You do realize that in America there are libertarians out there saying that should be their right.
To have leaded petrol.
Yes, literally. Let the market decide.
What? No, surely not. Oh yeah,
legit,
yeah.
Yes.
Just taking the piss.
Nah, you've never actually gotten into an argument with a libertarian, have you?
Nope. Try to avoid it. I don't like arguments with anyone, to be honest. I haven't got time for arguments.
I do. It's all I got plenty of time for. No customers.
Is that because you argue with them all the time?
Yes, undoubtedly. People come to me for my expertise, and I'm ornery.
So I just realised that Vivid's over as of Saturday.
Yeah.
That sucks. I barely got a chance to look at it.
I'll go again.
No, I can't. I got family shit on all weekend.
Fuck family.
Or family and friend shit. Yeah, we normally like to go in and stay in there one weekend and go to a cocktail bar or something, but no time, mate.
No time.
Bloody netball. It's my nemesis. Do you guys in the States play netball, or you women?
Nah, it's an Australian and British thing.
Yeah, right. They it was funny going there because they had like 50 courts for the women and the girls, and then they had like 4 courts for blokes. It's like the opposite to so many other sports where they'll have like a smaller team for girls to play footy or whatever, but it's mainly male dominated. It's arse about, so the women dominate the sport, and there's a few guys that play as well.
Whoa. Okay, Jack's a bit funky.
Pizza. You got pizza too, Frank? Everyone's having pizza tonight. It's only Thursday. It's Thursday, like pizza night in the US. Netball, yeah, Mark. It's a game, sort of like, I guess the closest thing to it's basketball, but you can't run with the ball. I don't know. Google it. It's very popular here. It's the second most popular sport. Actually, I think it's the most popular sport in Australia, but it gets bugger all funding because it's mainly women that play it, and our sports funding is sexist. Go on, play Seinfeld.
I don't know.
It was played on a keyboard anyway. I didn't realise that Flea has a YouTube channel, and he literally, it looks punk rock as, it's just his garage, and he's so passionate about music still. Like, he just comes up with a riff, gets excited about it, puts a video up of it, builds it with his loop pedal, and the production quality is just like any teenager. It's just so cool to see that they are still like really passionate about music. Not so much that Anthony Kiedis will ever learn to sing, but you know.
And his propensity for younger women.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. Money! Hit a Seinfeld stinger after every joke. Oh, almost got there. Oh yeah, the obligatory tool lick.
Yeah, it's either that or buddy.
Yeah. What a song, eh? What a song.
Hells yeah.
They were one of the last gigs. Actually, I think that was the last gig I saw before COVID lockdowns hit. Them at the at Homebush at the Olympic, whatever, the Acer Arena or whatever it's called this week. I think I've figured out why you're behind on repairs, because you play the guitar for half an hour every time you finish one.
Oh, I'm not behind on repairs. I just don't have many in the queue, so I take my time on them.
Fair enough.
You know, we can't all be like you and have like all the millions of customers coming to see us.
Well, you know, stories of my survival are exaggerated. What? All right.
I assure you, the legends about me are entirely true.
Yeah, that was Robin Hood Men in Tights, yeah?
Something like that. Years since I've seen that.
Oh, Robin, you've lost your arms in battle, but you've grown a nice set of boobs. Blinking. One of my bass riffs to play when I have a bass in my hands. Yeah. Libertarians would say it's okay to build a penis house shaped as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. I think we need moral standard. That's probably a discussion for a different channel. Yeah, probably, Ben.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
As long as it doesn't hurt anyone, I think we need moral standard, but it's probably just yeah.
I'm just nodding and smiling. Just like it's like the old thing. Would you say that to someone at a bus stop? Or with the person at the bus stop that has a bottle in a paper bag say that to you? Yeah, probably.
Thanks, Bosch.
Yeah.
True.
True.
You wonder?
Imagine making a.
He just completely
It
disappeared.
dropped
Then.
out.
Blacked out. Yeah. Hey, he disappeared. Wait, no, you silent or what? What's going on? No, he's frozen. He's frozen. Hello, Brad, get back here.
It's got an issue with my Wi-Fi again, so I've just switched back to 5G.
Switch back to thingy, it'll be fine.
2 bars. Yeah, I don't know, man. I was looking at a new product from Sony that's a direct to 5G streaming device. Just takes a HDMI signal and then feeds it directly to your YouTube feed or whatever. It's about $1,200.
Why?
I wonder if it's more stable on a phone.
Nah.
Because it's got the converter, and it's got the screen, and it's got the transmitter, the 5G, the SIM card, everything built in. The hardest thing with mobile streaming is getting the HDMI into the phone. That seems to be... Yeah, well, not with Android.
Well, yeah, exactly. And that's why there's the companies that like sell the IRL streaming rigs.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is, basically. I just got to log into my software here and check what string gauge I'm using.
9 gauge.
History. 9 gauge?
9 gauge.
On a Garrison?
Yeah, why not?
12 gauge. 12 to 56.
Pop.
Elixir 160/77s. Oh, medium light. I hope the frame can take it. I don't think I've got them in bulk. Medium lights.
Medium light is 1253.
Medium light and Elixir. No, it's 1256.
Isn't that HD light?
Nope.
Okay.
Light/medium 1256. Yeah, I don't have them in bulk. I have to crack a pack. Crack a pack.
They don't make them in bulk.
Oh, don't they? Okay, well that's why I don't.
Yeah, they only do 1253, 1150s, 1153, 1047, and don't even think they do 1356 anymore in the bulks. They've shrunk the range down in the brown boxes.
No, they do 1356 because I just bought a pack, unless that was old stock.
Potentially.
Yeah, mum.
Not many people use 13s.
Yeah, I've got a few customers that do, and they're all the working musos. They're all the heavy hitters, like Rose from Rose Carlio Band. I was guilty of a little bit of sexism when she first came in, because I said, "Oh, these strings are really heavy. Do you like them like that?" She says, "Don't fucking try and sell me on thin strings. I get the shits with every bloke trying to sell me thin strings. I want heavy strings." I'm like, okay.
I mean, that annoys me. I had someone once that accused me of sexism when I was just offering.
No, she didn't really.
I don't. But like,
she didn't really.
We joke. That I have had previously, where it's
joke about it.
Yeah, try and give someone some advice. Like, I don't know you. I don't know where you've played that. So you trying to wave your dick around in my shop saying, "Oh, you give me this advice. Well, I've played the Opera House, and this, that, other." It's like, okay, cool. I don't know who you are, and you're saying that your fingers are bleeding as a result of playing on your strings. It's like, well, potentially it could be a gauge related issue, and it could be your actions quite high.
Yeah.
It's like I'm very much of the whole. I will have anyone in my shop and all the rest of that. I don't care who you are. I will offer my advice where I can because I want to help people. That's it.
I've bloody played the Opera House. If they'll let me play there, anyone will.
Why do you think classical guitarists like the action on their nylon strings so darn high? Because it's got to do with the technique and the way that they teach you when you play classical guitar. Additionally, the higher action means that you can get more tension from low tension strings. So That higher action means that you've got more break angle, it vibrates throughout the top more, creating more of that sound. Also, we've got to remember
the strings just move more.
Yeah, exactly. They move a lot, so you want to get them away from that. Whereas flamenco players who play a classical guitar will often have a much lower action, because that lower action gives you that percussive, buzzy kind of sound that you really want for those styles of playing. For example, I've got a 1970 Yamaha GC7 here in the shop for sale, and the action on that is 4.5 mil. That is on the very high side because it does need the fretboard planed, but players still test it out and check it out and that, and if I do the fretboard planing on it, I'd probably have it set at about 3.5 mil, because that's just how it is. And if ever you've ever seen an original hang tag or swing tag or setup manual for a Martin or Gibson guitar from back in the 1900s through the 1960s, on a steel string, their action was set up from factory at 3.5 mil for the low string and 3 for the high string. That was how.
Wow.
Yeah, like that's why Martin had their action so damn high.
Hang on. You said done. They still do it, yeah.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. That's why they do it, and that's how they've always done it. So that's how they keep doing it.
I've got nothing against them doing that, but have enough tolerance in the neck angle so you can take it down if you want. I mean, having to reset the neck on a brand new guitar is just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what you get for buying a Martin.
Well, people should buy a guitar that plays how they want it to play, instead of buying one and assuming they can fix it. It's like getting into a relationship and thinking you can fix the person.
Yeah.
No,
Billy,
just buy one that feels good.
The Mark. As far as the Billy Gibbons story goes, the classic story is he goes and sees B.B. King live, and he goes, "Man, your sound is so massive. What are you using? Like 13s or something on there? Like 12s?"
It's like no 8s.
Man, I use 9s. Why work harder than I really have to? He's like, "Oh my god!" It was like a big, massive revelation to him at that time. So, yeah, I used 10 to 46 on most of my guitars, 10 to 52 on guitars that are tuned to drop C, 13 to 60 on guitars tuned down to B, and yeah, that's the kind of thing. I used to play like very heavy strings when I was younger because I was poor and I didn't want them breaking off them. But nowadays, it's just 90% of players who walk into my shop, they go, "I want some strings." You ask them what gauge, and they go, "I don't know." So
yeah.
handle set of 10 to 46s. There you go. That's what 90% of players use. They're the most commonly sold gauge of string. And
yeah, it's the rock standard.
Well. That's the bog standard. But for example, when the Fender Stratocaster originally shipped back in 1954, it shipped factory with 12 to 52 strings on there. And they were flat wound because that was the common thing at the time. The Les Paul was originally shipped with 12 to 54 strings on there. I've actually got some of the original flat wound strings from that era here in the shop that I want to do for a video on the history of guitar strings.
Yeah, mad.
They were an old Monel wound.
That'd be very interesting.
Yeah,
I would watch that video for at least 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's all you need to do. That's plenty enough. Gives me ad revenue.
I've got two mastics, the plectrums. People like them with a little bit of silk wrapped in them.
Yep.
And they're good for old arch tops or old acoustics that don't have great bracing, because they're the silk and steel as well from any ball. They're a little bit lighter tension, even though they're not super light gauge.
There's the Temastic rope cores as well, which are flat wound. So they got a rope core on them, good for light gauge stuff, but they sound cool. Like even the treble strings are flat wound.
What I've been trying to find though is a good source of old school mandolin strings when people bring in the bowl backs. I'm yet to find some good gut string suppliers for that kind of thing.
Try Payton's.
Payton's, oh yeah.
Yep, Payton's do a
okay. I'll check that out because I've had a few people and I've been like, I said I'll put the strings on it, but I'm not tuning it up, because usually they just want it for ornamental purposes, because it's like that Mandalera thing that I did a while back.
Yep.
So they don't play it; they just have it behind glass. But I said do not tune it up, because you'll self-destruct the thing. It's not able to cope with the steel strings of modern strings. Worst strings ever, D'Addario Black or something. Are you talking about the NYXLs?
Suck in general.
I don't know. They do the job.
I stopped selling them ages ago when I had like every 10th packet fail.
Oh really? I've never had any problems with them. What issues did you have?
They'd snap out of the pack, or they'd unwind from the ball end, or they'd come out corroded. And it also meant I didn't have to deal with the D'Addario rep.
Yeah, okay. I had that a few times for the Lixers. Just occasionally you just get a string that's just dead.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't intone. Like you realise, hang on, I've got to adjust the saddle so far back. It's like half an inch behind all the other saddles. It's like, what's going on? And then I go, no, I just changed the string, and yet, sure enough, it was just a string. So it looked perfect. There was no irregularity to the windings or the thickness of it or anything. It looked perfect, felt perfect, but there was something wrong with the metallurgy. It was like there was an impurity in it somewhere, and weird.
Well, they're made by GHS.
Who, D'Addario?
No.
Or
Alexa,
yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Alexa are made by GHS.
Yeah, they just do the coating, yeah.
Yeah, because basically the coating, the company Alexa is the company Gore, who does like the synthetic materials and PTFE and other petrochemicals.
Yeah, Gore-Tex.
And they've got a thing in the company. Yeah, they've got a thing in the company where they're like, yeah, come to us with the product, see what you can think of. And this guy who happened to work there was like, I'm a guitarist. We've got this PTFE coating and the likes. Why don't we put it on guitar strings? Let's see what it's about. They gave it a try. They got it to work, and then that's why they came out with the coated string. Just a company that does, petrochemicals and plastics and stuff like that, and started getting into guitar strings. So they're not a musical instrument company. They're just a chemicals company that happens to make some guitar strings.
Yeah. All right, I got a very low G string. Does that sound good to you?
I mean, maybe if I was getting some really cool rugs.
All right, so that's the nut slot's too deep on that one. I'll just check the shape of the neck. All right, so we've got back bow. I'll back that off and see where we're at.
I got to be racist towards the Irish for man. It's racist.
Racist to make fun of an accent. People do it with Australians all the time.
Yeah,
anyway,
us Australians are funny.
I'm the last acceptable racism target, so I can say what I want. I'm a redhead. Everyone, even the most PC people, will still take the piss out of a redhead. So call me a redheaded rat rooter and shit like that. So fuck them. I can make fun of anyone.
Loves you.
Redheaded stepchild, that kind of thing.
Exactly. There's a reason why we say when it's something that we don't like, it's like a redheaded stepchild.
Flog it like a redheaded stepchild. Even I laugh at it, At least I'm not a stepchild. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, that neck's coming into shape good. Got about 0.2 of a mil, 0.2 of a, 0.3 of a mil relief just off the strings, but we'll see.
So is it going to be a nut replacement, or is it going to be a fill?
It'll be a build up.
Yeah.
We've got a rattle.
Is it a bone nut or plastic?
But no, the rattle I lifted off the bench. The rattle was my Allen key sitting nearby. You got to watch that. You can be hunting for. Was that?
I was talking about the nut. Is it bone or is it plastic?
Nah, it's some composite. Yeah.
So what are you going to use?
I think it's tusk.
On that one?
Bone.
Bone.
Yep, it works. It sticks to it. I just rough it up beforehand.
So just
budget's an issue with this one.
Yeah, so just a standard bone dust with some water thin super glue type thing.
I've got my little suspicious looking container of white powder here. I don't take it through airports. I don't carry it in public with me. It doesn't. It's not no advantage from snorting it. I have tested it. It's just whenever I've sanded down a nut, I just collect the dust in a little piece of A4 paper and pinch the end of it and pour it in a little nail polish container, which will snap the brush off. And just stick a tiny flat blade screwdriver in there, get a bit off that, and then just dab the super thin super glue onto it, and it sets in about 3 seconds.
There we go.
And on we go.
So
like we saying,
that is a perfectly valid repair. Repairers like us have done it many times over the years. When budget is a concern and various other factors, you can do stuff like that. But if it's someone
But
who, like, you know, they want the best work done possible, then a new
Yeah.
nut is ideal. But when you put
I
that material
always,
on, when you put that material on, it polymerizes and it turns into a very, very hard material, like
oh yeah,
insanely
it's crazy hard.
Yeah, so it works very well for a nut.
I try to sell people on a new nut, but sometimes they think I'm trying to upsell them. So there's a little bit of scumbag salesman sort of vibes. So I say, look, ideally, I mean, you've got one low string. If they were all low, or say, for example, we just refretted your guitar and the old nut slots all have to be built up, I would suggest a new nut in that case, particularly if the top face of the nut doesn't allow you to shallow up the slots enough to make it optimal playability. But if there's one or two strings and they don't want it to be like absolutely perfect, they just want it to be playable. And if there's not a lot of resale value with a guitar like these Garrisons, everyone's starting to understand that they're not exactly the highest, most sought after guitars with their skeletal system. They'll often just go.
You mean a plastic brace guitar made by the world famous builders of quality acoustics Gibson is not very good? Huh.
Oh, mate, it's space age. It's space age. It's plastic with glass. You know, like every single power drill ever since. Speaking of glass reinforced plastic, I haven't heard anything from ABE for a while. I wonder if he's a bit over it. End of an era. He's already made his millions off YouTube, so he's just he's over it. He must rake it in, man. The amount of views he gets, my God.
Yeah, but none of these people do so many of the ones that you watch don't do like promos or sponsorships or really leverage anything.
But he's got a job, so he doesn't care.
Yeah, so ad revenue is not that big, even on those big numbers.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, most people when they do YouTube these days are making their money on cross promotions, affiliate links, stuff like that.
It just, you know what shits me though? When you pay for YouTube Premium and then you pretty much have to sit through 3 promos in a video, that annoys me. So I'm never going to do that.
Doesn't bother me. I can skip it.
You're a little whore.
Yeah. I don't mind. I'm supporting people. They get my money from ad things. They get their money from their ad reads.
I've got nothing against it. I'd take the piss out of you no matter what your decision was.
I know. That's only because you love me.
Well, I don't take the piss out of people I don't like. What's the point?
Exactly. Then we just mock them.
Well, yeah. No, I just try to ignore them.
I can't ignore stupid people. I'm not good enough.
I can. I find it very easy. They're actually the easiest for me to ignore.
I wish.
Alrighty then, let's try that out, champions. That's how quick it sets.
Hells yeah, nice and deep low tones there.
Yeah.
That one should work very well. Get in a hole.
Let's do it. Let's do an alternate tuning. Hang on.
Open G.
Yeah, I think I got it wrong there. Hang on.
Yeah, so you're cutting out now because you're so close to it. The gating's coming in.
All right, I'll just do my job then, eh? How about that? I was gonna do the rain song.
Everyone plays it. It's like the only song anyone knows in alternative tuning.
Yeah, I learned it when I was about, I don't know, 14, 15. First 3 Led Zeppelin songs I learned was, of course, Stairway, because it was the only one where you could buy a single song in a sheet music. Because obviously everyone wanted to learn it. So I think it was My Music at the time had it as a single, like 4-page sheet music thing, like a booklet.
I got mine from Guitar World.
Yep.
magazine, that is.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I had to learn Stairway to be a guitarist, obviously.
Yep.
Duh. The second Zeppelin song I learned was the Lemon Song, which had a bit of stretching and shit in it, so that was good.
Yep.
And I think the third Zeppelin song I learned was Rain Song, and then I don't know after that. Everything else
For me, it was
a blur.
Stairway, Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You,
Oh, yep.
Communication Breakdown, and Whole Lot of Love. And then when I was, because my grandmother died when I was a couple of days before my 17th birthday, and she used to love it when I'd play Stairway to Heaven and sing it and that. So, of course, I had to do it at the funeral and all that kind of fun stuff.
Jesus,
so
that would have been tough.
Play these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I was thinking about that the other day. Like sometimes just playing any song, you can get emotional.
Yeah.
Especially if it means something to you. I wonder how the artists do it. I guess if you do it enough times, you just sort of, it's a bit like being a porn star. It doesn't really affect you anymore.
There's a reason why Jonathan Davis hasn't really played the song Daddy live all too often.
Oh, yeah, that might be a thing, yeah. Jesus, that's got to come down quite a bit on the treble side. I'm not sure we've got enough margin there in the bridge.
This is
actually
hilarious.
higher on the treble and the bass.
I'm working on this PV TKO60, right? And it's got the typical PV connectors on there, so they can only go on in one spot because you got like one that's a socket, one that's a pin, and all that jazz. Someone's worked on this amp previously and put markers there as to where these things go.
Yeah.
Like, how are you that inept at your job that you can't go?
Dude.
Fit. It's like that meme of the woman with the putting the blocks in the cube in the bucket thing.
Oh, and they go in the wrong holes. Yeah, that was funny as.
No!
And she loses the shit.
Yeah.
I think that was staged, but yeah. That's like every single Silverface fender that comes in here, they've written which valve types on each socket. It's like, dude, if you don't know that, like, it's you probably shouldn't be working on that amp because it is pretty well public knowledge, eh?
Yeah.
12AX7, 12AX7, 12AT7, 12AX7.
I'm not the greatest of techs out there, but at least I'm somewhat competent in that regards. You know.
I'm not the greatest tech either, but what I'm lacking tech is I make up for in comedy, like shocking myself on live stream.
I've got to go watch that live stream just so I can see.
I was going to put the timestamp in there, but I didn't want to make it too easy for people. And I thought, well, if you've got to find it, they're going to have to watch it to find out where it is. So that'll give me longer view hours. So if anyone puts the timestamp up, I'll delete their comment.
all I have to do is go into the closed captions and get the transcript from it, and then search for the word.
Yeah, that'll work. No, search for the C bomb. That's how you'll find it. Because I let a few of them out once I got shocked with 330 volts.
Oh, it's like the most unpleasant experience. I hate getting shocked, and it happens to all of us.
It's not the feeling; it's the disappointment in myself.
No, it's the feeling. That hurts. I don't care about the disappointment. I've done
the feeling
previously.
The feeling doesn't bother me. It's being pissed off at myself for missing something. So I'm taking a bit off the saddle there, champion. So you can see I marked it with pencil. It's pretty shocking, but I just go to the top edge, and I don't want to take any off this side, so I'll put a pencil mark on the bottom, and that way I know that I'm not touching it or touching it not much. And it's not a very high saddle, so we don't want to take too much off. I gave them the option for a neck reset on this one, but they declined it. I said, well, I'll just make it as good as I can without that, though. It's a bolt-on neck, but it's also got a glued fretboard tongue, so we'd have to actually heat treat that and remove it and re-glue it later on once we change the neck angle. And we would have to shave some off the back. It's not just like a tailor where you can just shim it. Speaking of tailor shims, have you got a reliable source for them?
No, I was actually about to say, like, years ago I had one, and I went through Taylor directly, and they finally acquiesced and sent me some, but they wouldn't tell me how to calculate what the numbers meant or anything like that. They wouldn't give me any information on any of that kind of stuff. It's like, guys,
you're not part of the club, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, they want to keep it for themselves. So I know Guitar Factory Gladesville can get them.
It's because they go direct. They don't have distributor Australia anymore. They go direct direct companies.
Yeah, but that's why they don't want to help you, because they want to do all the repairs themselves.
Exactly.
Which is a little bit of an anti-competitive behaviour there, if you ask me.
Yeah.
It's the Wild West out here, champions in Sydney.
Well, there ain't many of us left, and there's going to be even fewer soon, because it looks like there's another shop that's on their bloody last legs.
Oh yeah, who's that? Can't say.
I am not at liberty to say, but
right,
not too far from where I am.
Dr. Gear.
I mean,
Brad's guitar garage.
things are quiet. Oh, you're fine. God, you'll still continue on easily. You got minimal overheads, minimal debt.
Yeah. All I need is a bad month or some kind of disability to affect me, and I'm fucked, though.
That's all right. Just stop buying stuff from Steve.
He's probably watching right now. Hi, Steve. Love you. Give me better pricing.
Buy more stuff. And that's exactly right. Those who have the big money can buy more, and it prices a lot of us out of the market. So we're kind of shit quick,
One of my Facebook friends was complaining that some online vendor he was using for something. I don't know what it was. He's into cars and that, so probably car parts. They always have stuff listed as in stock when it's not. Yeah, and I had to explain to him, well, they're probably not a huge company, so they probably do that because they're drop shipping, and they don't have a live stock feed from their distributor of those parts, so they pretty much just have to just fly blind. And if you order the part, they'll contact them, try to order it off them to get shipped directly to you. They'll tell you that it's not in the country and it's on the next shipment, or it will now be on the next shipment. And you pretty much got no choice for specialized stuff, because everyone expects every retail store to be Amazon these days and have a massive warehouse of to do that in the music industry, champions. You'd literally have to start with 50 to 100 million of capital. That's what you'd need. That's what you wish we were playing at. No one does that anymore. We can't.
To take on a single dealership with a major brand, for example, if I wanted to pick up an Ibanez dealership again, because I was an Ibanez dealer up until the beginning of this year, my buy-in for that was 24 guitars.
Yeah, and what's that?
That was just for the stuff below Prestige. If I wanted Prestige, it was another half dozen.
So that's 30 grand.
Yeah, about that sort of ballpark. If I wanted anything that wasn't just the cheap, nasty stuff, and I wanted some multiples of packs that used to sell, if I wanted to take on amps or something like that, same deal. It's 25 plus grand.
They're going to have to change. They're going to have to change how they do business, because all the majors are shutting down. What are they going to do then?
What majors are shutting down? They're just going to small guys that are shutting down. The majors are being bought up by people.
Yeah, but Sam Ash, for example, in the States. I'm not talking just Australia.
Sam Ash is also what happens when you get private equity money. It's the same thing. Fender won't be around for a huge length of time. They will probably go out of business in the next 5-10 years. I'd dare hazard a guess. They'll be sold
he's calling it.
They'll be sold off for scrap parts.
Like Marshall?
You know what? Marshall's going to be all right.
Probably.
Guarantee it.
But so what you're saying, complete closure, not just absorption into another company.
I mean, Marshall will still continue on, but because they're owned by a bigger company, whereas Fender is owned by private equity investors. Private equity investors, their whole thing is they buy a company, inflate the value, strip it for assets, and then sell it off cheap or just let it burn. It's the same thing that happened to Godfrey's. It's the same thing that happens to so many companies, because that's what they do. They want money fast for their investors, and then it goes bye-bye, and then they just get rid of it. They don't care. Fender will be sold off as a brand or something like that at some point in the next 5
It fucking already is, mate. I'll hold you to that.
Go for gold.
Hey, I never gave you that.
10 years.
I never gave you that slap in Japan we were talking about either.
Which one?
You know how I said if we both end up in Japan, because you were very negative and saying that you probably won't be able to make it and all these things were going wrong. And then I said, look, we're going to end up in Japan at the same time. It's going to be fine. And you're like, no, it's not going to happen. I said, listen here, dickhead. If we both end up in Japan at the same time, I'm going to bitch slap you so hard and you have to let me do it. And you said, okay. I never gave you that slap.
Nah. And it's because we both know that when I returned, I was like, oh, crap. Now I got bills to pay.
Yeah.
Things were not good upon the return.
Oh, just remember I owe you a bitch slap.
Yeah, right.
Because we did make it to Japan.
Yeah, I'll go back.
We had gyoza
one day.
We had a lot of beer, and we had a big bowl of cabbage.
Hells yeah, cabbage all the time, man. Not to mention
that was weird. You know how you sit down like at Mexican and they bring you a bowl of nachos? Well, at this place we sat down and they just brought us chopped cabbage. I'm like, do we just eat it? Like, what's the story?
That's what it was like. That's what Hanbei is.
I was out of my depth. I was a bit out of my depth over there, champions.
So you still been learning the language, or have you given up already?
I haven't had a lot of time, but yeah, whenever I've got time, I am. It is going to continue happening. Duolingo is a waste of time, so I'm going to move to an actual course, I think.
If you're going to do it, jump on. I'll send you a couple of links for them because there's a couple of good ones that are solid. Look,
I was hoping the Penrith. I was hoping an actual community college would have live classes.
There are. You can get online ones.
Yeah, I know, but I think I need because when I went to TAFE, right, and studied audio engineering, it actually sunk in because I was there in front of a person and I didn't want to disappoint them.
Well, you can do that online. You can get one-to-one tutoring with various language teachers out there. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, I guess so. I tried that with you. I tried that with yoga and it didn't work.
That's different doing something physical. With its language, you're hearing it, you're listening to it. You can have your pitch accent corrected. You can have things sort of feedback on, and you can go, well, what does this mean? What's this answer? What's this question? That whole kind of jam.
Yeah. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going, but just time, bro. Time.
I mean, if I can fit in and I've got less time than you, surely you can. Do it, go on.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, don't worry. Be happy just came on. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, whatever it is. I used to love that song as a kid.
Yeah.
That and what was the Foot Rap Flats song? That was my favorite song as a kid.
I actually learned some guitar playing from a dude who played in that band, Herbs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were a good crew of people.
One of the guitarists who was in the band at that point as well, who did that song and did stuff. He did the soundtrack for Once Were Warriors. Man,
right.
I did the theme song for that for year 8 music, and it was sick, like rockin' kind of bluesy, semi
it was
instrumental. Yeah,
because it was around that time, wasn't it? That was a wicked movie.
Yeah, the book was even more devastating. Whew.
Oh yeah, it was pretty intense, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That and what was the other New Zealand one? Storm Boy.
Oh, yeah.
With the pelican.
Yep.
This is growing up in Australia, legends. This is all the culture we grew up on as kids.
Yeah. I remember watching Foot Rock Flats as a movie as a kid.
Oh, that was the best movie ever. We got a border collie just because of that movie. Oh, because I used to read the cartoons as well. Every time we went to a secondhand bookshop, I'd buy their comics.
Nice.
Mr. Percival, that's it. Oh, that was sad though. All the kids' movies in the 80s had really sad endings. Did you notice that?
Yes.
It's like it was preparing us for life.
Yeah, they just wanted to break us so that the unadulterated march of capitalism meant that we were less likely to fight
it. just so you were used to constantly things. But yeah, there was that. Pretty much all the kids' movies back then had sad endings, didn't they?
Well, what was that? The Never-Ending Story? I've never seen it, but there was that something about a horse or something.
The horse, the horse in the swamp. Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't watch that one because of that. That did me in. Maton. What have we got here? Ugh. Might have to get back onto electronics champions. Almost caught up with the guitars, except for the shattered ones that I'm fixing at home.
Smashed one.
Like the James Trussart that everyone told me that there's no way there's anything wrong with it, even though the headstock broke off.
No, it's just because he hit it too hard.
Yeah, it was in the case. It snapped under the string tension, he reckons.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, because there's a massive weak spot where they've routed 95% of the neck profile out.
Of course, because you got to fit on that fancy bloody display thingy on the top, the metal bit.
Yeah. People saying the stream was down. Damn it, lost you all. I think we're back. If it did drop out,
I think it was just for one person.
Oh, okay. Frankie.
Everybody's
what was wrong with this time?
What a ship down.
Pickup failure.
Oh god, that's a deep cut.
Oh, what's Watership Down?
That was the one with the animals. And the animals.
Don't know. I'm unawares.
The animated one.
Oh,
and then
I don't know.
Yeah, and then there was the
Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web. Yeah, that was all right. There was the one
Spider
as well,
died.
the animated series that had I think it was. Oh god, was it Watership Down or no? It was something else because it was the ones that they were trying to go find a new home, and there was like scenes where a hawk picked up the babies of one of the rodent characters and impaled them on a thorny bush, and this is all shown, mind you, on ABC Kids.
Man, the 80s just hit different, didn't they?
Well, this was the 90s too.
Was that 90s? Was it?
Yeah. 80s stuff was there. I mean, the 80s was kind of a little bit more cheesy because you had your your He-Man and She-Ra. And
oh yeah, I didn't watch any of that shit.
I did. I loved He-Man as a kid.
I was all about Looney Tunes.
Yeah, Looney Tunes were good.
Roadrunner.
I swear, the next boomer that says, "Oh, we didn't need warnings about things on these as a kid," it's like, yes, that's the reason why we had the warnings is because your generation went and jumped off the roof.
Yeah.
You thought it was okay to hit someone with that sledgehammer.
I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with this thing. It's got a big crack. Yeah. It's like a butt. It's got a big crack in it.
Nice.
So that's going to be a take home and touch up job.
Put that aside. That's not the worst place for it. At least it's not right down the other end of the guitar.
No, it's got a bracing there too, so it should just glue back to that. Okay. Maybe a little patch next to it as well, but not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Did I account for a restring on that? I might not snap the strings because people can be funny about putting a new set of strings on when they didn't ask for it. Even though this one's got it's got an electric guitar string on there. All right. Bye. Not sending the guitar back out with an electric guitar string on it.
Yeah, the customer is only right up to a certain point. Or as the saying actually goes, customers are always right in matters of taste and style. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what the full saying is.
Really?
Yep.
That's an elixir. I can feel it. 3 elixirs, 1 electric, and who knows what plain nickel. There's about 1 kilometre of string on the post on that one.
Oh, nice.
It's always good for tuning stability.
Let's see what these comments have to say. Small shop here was saved in the last 3 years. Main reason was the bluegrass community that has always supported them. And they went on Facebook to sell products. Nice. That's always a plus. There's nothing like that here in Australia, unfortunately. Sean Blythe, I gave guitar lessons for a couple of years at a small shop in Greater Chicago area. I have much respect for what you guys and gals do. Thank you. I had a music school up until the beginning of this year, but unfortunately had to close it due to declining enrollments and various issues. I couldn't manage it on top of everything else. However, I did set up my the piano teacher that I had, who I hired from day one, set her up with her own studio, and now she just started giving her first lessons to some of our old students in her new location last night.
Good, man. That was good of you to do that.
Yeah, first thing, she was always there for me. She always get things. So I kept pushing. I'm like, you've got students there. They love you. She's got a lot of self-esteem issues and stuff like that. I'm like, no, you're fine.
Poach him. Poach him.
This was her first job when she was in her 40s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she was.
Was she just a stay-at-home mum or something before that?
Yeah, kind of that. You know, some disabilities.
Yeah.
She was a cancer survivor,
Right.
all that kind of stuff as
Oh
well.
wow.
You know, so she was great. She was excellent with the students. She was really good. So I wanted to make sure that she kept going. So
Good stuff. Good on you.
yeah.
See, I don't listen to what all the people say about you.
I mean, some people like to say nice things about me, but it's usually when I've got my pants off.
Well, you got that going for you.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I was out the other night doing my second job, my media thing, and that the other night, and man, there was some stuff that I was shooting. My God.
Go on, tell everyone about it.
Trust me, it's not
Can
safe
ya?
for this platform.
You better not. Okay, right.
Oh no, trust me. There'll be some people here that will have be like, huh? Yeah, because I used to be a professional photographer and that in a
I
past
think I might
life.
have a customer here, champion. So bear with me.
It's all right. You still got me for the moment.
Yep.
Second
hang out with
best
Six
choice
while
is still pretty good.
hang out with Six while I serve this customer.
So yeah. What we got here? What other questions we got? I would tell a story about the last pandemic, but the platform we're on doesn't like that. Yeah, sometimes. Here from Maryland, 2 for 1 Friday. Nice. What else we got? Rainy day. No, that's fine. That's fine. Yep. Just throwing everything out. So yeah. What have I got up next? So there's that amp that's now dealt with. Oh, the thing weighs a ton, so I shall move it on a momentum. Now, what have I got over here in the pile? That's done, that's done. Oh, I think I'm actually done with the stuff from that school then, except for the guitars. So I will get started on them today. So that means I have to convert the bench over to guitar bench. I wouldn't know what to do if my shop had walk-ins. Yeah. Well, I've got the retail shop plus the repair side of things. So people walk in, they occasionally buy strings or bits and pieces. Nothing too crazy these days. Unfortunately, where my shop is located is in the heart of kind of where a lot of high mortgages are. So people don't have a lot of money for stuff. So people are spending less and less and less as time goes by. And I'm holding less stock in the front of shop. I'm also focused on the repairs and things, because at least that way I get paid by the hour as opposed to having to worry so much about whether someone walks in and buys something that might be worth my time. Okay, so what guitars have we got in here? So that's a crappy acoustic. Stay. And we've got this, which is we got here Yamaha Pacifica. All right, they're always good. Ooh, man, that weather out there is cold. It is apparently cold and drizzly and rainy outside, so crappy Monterey bass. Oh my word. Wow, that action is so high that I could make a joke about someone being high on drugs. What's this one? This is my guitar. Okay. We got that. Could have sworn there was an Epiphone in amongst here too. Is that it? Yeah, that's the Epiphone there. Let's start this, the Pacifica, because the Pacifica's always an easy guitar to fix. I've got parts of those on hand usually. No, bloody thing. My shop is literally my home. I have justification to go to read in a space. Like low overhead. Yeah, well, that's how I started originally. I was operating out of my garage at home. And then I had a shop contact me and they wanted me to do some work for them, did some work for them. Customers were coming along and I was getting too busy. And I was like, you know what? I want to separate home from work. So I'm going to get rid of the home workshop, and was looking around for somewhere to move to. And the shop that I was doing work for said, hey, we've got a room down the back here. What if you want to rent that from us? I'm like, all right, cool. So I went there, did rent on that. Oh, hey, now I've got my customers coming in as well. So 1 second from me as well.
You got me, legends? Is this thing on? Who knows? Is 6 gone too, has he? Right when I've got a customer, he decides to go away. Can you hear me? Okay, sweet. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What's 6 doing? Is he going for a shot? He's supposed to be my stream custodian while I'm dealing with customers. We just had a Marshall SL5 that's behaving itself, but apparently not when it's at the customer's house. El Nino usually means it's hotter and drier than average. Usually, I say, because it's only one of the many systems at play. There's El Nino and there's La Nina. That's one system. That's the two extremes of the system. El Nino is when it's hot and dry, and La Nina is when it's cooler and more humid. We've had 4 years of La Nina, followed by the last year that was El Nino, apparently. But there was also another system at play called the South Indian Dipole, and that made sure that it was actually a pretty mild El Nino. In fact, it was more like a La Nina because the East Indian Dipole was dominant at that time. So essentially, we've had effectively La Nina for 5 years now, which means lots of rain, cooler weather. Not many extreme hot, but average temperature still ever rising every year. But no extreme heat days, like no massive. Like we had heat waves for a month, like a month of like I think there was a fortnight where every day was over 45 Celsius. What's that in Frankenstein? I don't know. But that was our last El Nino. And you probably remember seeing in the news that pretty much the whole country was on fire. What worries me massively is the average temperature has risen since then. And we've had massive amounts of foliage growth. And when we have our next El Nino, which is only a matter of time, there'll be a massive heat wave and we'll have fire again everywhere. And it's too big a scale. You can do hazard reduction near populated areas, but you can't do it for the whole country because it would be just as bad as a bushfire, right? So yeah, it'd be. Apparently, we're going to be transitioning. I think it was confirmed. I'm not sure when they confirm it or if they already have, but it's going to be another La Nina this year. So that's good. That's good news for at least another year or maybe 2. It does take a couple of months for it to dry out proper.
Joe, miss me.
Yeah, man. You had to leave when I had to leave. Come on, bro.
Sorry, man. Heaven forbid I have a customer for once. God,
Oh, you had
I'm
a
only going to
customer.
see
I
like
thought...
one more.
Oh, that's right. You're open today. I'm thinking, yeah. All right. I'll get rid of this one because I will repair that at home because it's messy.
All right. Let's see how this thing goes.
Give us a bit of Baby Please Don't Go.
No idea what that is.
Baby Please Don't Go. Baby Please Don't Go.
Okay.
Wrong way. I'm taking that over here, aren't I?
Yep. That's been replaced already previously. All right, give that once over. Oh, I'm starting to get hungry. It's almost like lunchtime.
Hi, hungry? I'm Dad.
Actually, I'm Hungarian, but hey, close. Are you serious?
Are you Syrian?
Are you for cereal? Are you wheat mix, bro? Now check this out. Look at the size of this screw that was used for mounting a bloody side jack plate on a guitar.
That looks like a strap button screw or a tremolo spring screw.
Well, it's strap button screw, yeah. Not quite
Yeah, we pretty much did have
spring.
Seattle weather. We've pretty much got Seattle weather at the moment, actually, to be honest.
It's pissing down out here.
Is it?
Yeah.
We haven't had any rain yet, but it's overcast. Pissing down, eh? Well, that's
Rains.
probably on the way here.
Yeah, no, it's like heavy out there. I can see it.
So everyone, I'm about, I don't know, what am I, like 40 kilometers west of you?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Don't ask us to convert it because we use the king's measurements here. Thank you.
About 25 miles west of 6, and we're live streaming like we're in the same room, champions.
Yeah, I know, right?
The power of technology when it works.
Hells yeah. Most
In that
people just
3
use this
times
for
a
looking
year.
at people's buttholes online.
What, YouTube?
Dude, like legit, there is.
Man, the terms of
You can
service
jump on
must have
YouTube.
changed.
I know you can jump on YouTube and you can search for naked yoga. It exists on here.
Really?
Naked yoga, yeah.
I'm not sure that's something I'd want to see, because certain muscles get activated during yoga that I don't know. It's just I don't think it's flattering.
Downward facing dog. It's like
yeah.
Personally, I'd call that sun facing rosebud.
Yeah. There's certain poses that I don't think would be very flattering to most human forms.
No poses are flattering to my form.
Oh well.
Where'd the thing go?
I'm almost out of battery, champions. I think that's gonna be calling it. I'm at 11% battery now.
You don't.
So I think we've only got about. No, because I've got the road plugged in.
Oh right. Doesn't have power.
Can't plug. No, I'd have to have a hub of some description. This was just a test anyway. I didn't expect it to go on so long.
Well, Nate, let's organise another one for the people on here. We can alternate which channel it's on.
Yeah. Well, if you want to do it, if you want to do it on yours, because you've got the fancy Apple with the better software, and that way I can use my main rig behind me instead of my shitty phone.
Yeah, right on. Oh.
It is the Samsung Galaxy S23, but it is a pile of shit.
It's just because it's Android.
Yeah. Worst camera in the industry. I know they can do a good camera because the S23, what's the bigger one? Note, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that has a good camera. So they can do it. They just chose not to on the base model, which is kind of the flagship model. So it's not really a base model, to be honest. One Eminence driver. Looks pretty batched up.
Squashed up.
Look at the box. He's double boxed it.
Yeah.
But it's been squashed before it got double boxed. That looks like a strap. Look. Someone's strapped it on a pallet.
Yeah.
And this one's copped it. Better not have any damage, or I'm going to shove it back up your ass sideways.
I'm sorting out a bloody instrument for someone that we sold it to, got it shipped to him, and got smashed in transit. So I'm waiting on the insurance claim.
Such a pain in the ass, eh? You pretty much got to factor that into your margin.
Well, no, I've got insurance.
Yeah, but you still got to pay a premium, right? You're in excess, don't you?
Well, yeah, I've got to pay an amount on it, but because this is a consignment item anyway, it's like I'll just basically consider it as a zero value sale. That's the worst part, is it's not even my own stock.
Zero value.
Yeah, so it's like I put in all that effort boxing it up and shipping it out and that to make zero.
Yeah. But yeah, people still try and get you to price match Amazon.
Yeah, that's why I don't do anything new anymore. It's like, nah, go for gold.
Yeah, go buy it on Amazon, mate. Go for gold, champ.
Someone walks in the shop and they complain about the cost of strings. It's like, you're here at 6:30 on a Friday night when you need to be on stage in 25 minutes. Guess what? I am the 7-Eleven music stores.
Yeah. Maybe not the Japanese 7-Eleven, though. Look what I did, champions. I did something against my own rule. Took on a Behringer. It's just a passive speaker. I don't care.
Where the hell are you going to get a replacement speaker for it, Ben?
Got an Eminence right here, mate. It's going to be better than the original.
Could have just bought a second-hand one for that price.
Yeah, I know. I told him.
Oh, my God.
It'll be better than the original, though.
We have the technology. We can rebuild it.
That's not hard. It's a Behringer. Yeah, the Behringer. It's funny how...
Since, man.
It's funny how there's never any Behringer fanboys defending him.
Not unless it's the synths, which I can get behind on that. Big guys don't want to do the synths and all that. Okay, cool. Roland refuses to reissue their analog stuff. Cool.
Still not a fan of how they rip off stuff.
Yeah, but then again, I mean, there's nothing original in the world anyway. And if these companies aren't doing it themselves, what are they going to do? People want this sound. They want that.
Not even G'day Champions is original, because I stole that off That's What I Reckon. To be honest, it's everyone in Australia says it, so
originally,
you probably stole it off someone else.
Yeah, so
Come
which
on.
side gets a good driver, left or the right?
I think he's only got one. Because he's just a soloist, so, just sits in the corner and fires one speaker towards the general populace of the cafe or whatever. Getting this grill out's fun.
I want to build a 112 because my 412 isn't very convenient. I've never built one. Any tips for me? That's a question for you, Brad.
Yeah, well, I've got some plans on my website, champ. So go to bradsguitargarage.com. Down the left-hand side, there's a menu, and one of them says cabinet plans. As I build cabinets, I put the plans up there for public use if you want to build your own. If you're good with any woodworking, do that. Otherwise, it's a bit like working on guitars and amps. You have to buy about $5,000 worth of gear to make a $100 cabinet. So in that case, it's where are you? Just let us know that, and you might be able to get one off the shelf or a kit.
Well, buddy, here's something that's really annoying, right? For so many years, buddy, Music Connection run about, oh yeah, we got these Eminence empty cabinets, they're coming along.
Yeah.
12 cabs you can buy. They never materialized. That's why the deal was like full of shit all the time.
There's a few things like that. I think I'm going to die soon, champions. I'm down to 8%. So if I cut out, that's why, all right? Just so you know.
Like they were supposed to have gotten in Kyoritsu acoustics. I was like, hell's yeah! And it never happened.
Yeah, I think they promised a lot, and then pandemic-y things and
no, this was before
whatever happened. Yeah.
They talked about it for like 12 months, and they never materialized.
Someone else gave them more. Someone else offered them more.
They're not in Australia.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's why I wanted to import some of these brands, because, like, man, get some good quality Japanese brands. Like, you get the Yairi guitars over here, get, like, the Bacchus guitars over here.
Yeah, that'd be good, Bacchus, yeah. Well, I might leave it here, champ, so I can charge my phone up. I've got to call my accountant back, figure out what I've done wrong. And 6 is using a Dremel, which no one wants to hear, so... It's starting to filter it out again. But anyway, might leave it there, legends, and chat to you. It sort of worked. I think it was a good test. We just kicked over 1 hour and 25 seconds. Yeah. So 1 hour stream for free.
I think people like our our bullshit talking and all the rest of that. But once
our banter.
Once we set
We've
up
got chemistry, baby.
Latency audio, then we can actually sort of bounce off each other a bit more.
Yeah. And we are getting the guts for it, so that'll work well.
All right, out of here.
Oh, legends, I'll see you in the morning. I'll be streaming at 7 a.m. tomorrow, bright and early, with bells on and whatever else you want me to wear. So take it squeezy, and I'll see you then. Thanks for joining us, of course, and give us a like, would you?
Yeah. Peace out.
How do I close this? I don't know.
Press the X up in the top left corner.
Oh, the X. All right, see yous.
Leave.
End stream.